How Stoics Deal with Jerks, Cheat, and Other Difficult People. Welcome to Stoic In Your Life, where ancient wisdom meets modern challenges. Today we delve into a realm that even the greatest of Stoics navigated with mindful resilience, dealing with difficult people. Begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. This poignant reminder from Marcus Aurelius sets the stage for our exploration. As a revered Stoic emperor, Marcus Aurelius didn't just philosophize about virtue. He lived it amidst the complexities of his reign. His timeless work, Meditations, offers us a window into his daily encounters with challenging personalities, from narcissists to the overtly antagonistic. In this episode, we're going to uncover the Stoic art of dealing with jerks, narcissists, and other difficult people, drawing inspiration from 5 key strategies employed by Marcus Aurelius himself. These insights are not just historical anecdotes, they are practical tools for our contemporary lives, helping us navigate the turbulent waters of human interactions with a Stoic calm and effectiveness. Join us as we embark on this journey, learning how to transform every encounter into an opportunity for personal growth and tranquility in true Stoic fashion. Take action. Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. This quote encapsulates a core Stoic belief. Our actions define us more than our words. It's a reminder that in the face of adversity, our deeds resonate louder than our speeches. Imagine this. You're constantly irritated by a colleague, frustrated with a friend, or stuck in a toxic relationship. It's easy to fall into the trap of complaining or waiting for the other person to change. But Stoicism teaches us to look inward first. Ask yourself, are your actions contributing to the problem? Is your ego preventing you from addressing the issue head-on? This introspection is crucial. It's about taking responsibility and initiating change rather than passively waiting for the world to adjust to your expectations. Now let's talk about communication. Stoicism isn't about preaching virtues. It's about embodying them. If you aspire to create a positive change in your environment, start with yourself. Cultivate patience, understanding, and empathy. When you embody these virtues, you don't just tell people how to act, you show them. This approach can transform your interactions. It's not about winning arguments or proving a point, it's about fostering an environment where everyone strives to be their best self. By adopting this mindset, you become a beacon of inspiration. Your actions encourage others to reflect on their behavior and, potentially, to adopt a more virtuous path. This ripple effect can make life more harmonious, not just for you, but for everyone around you. It's about creating a cycle of positivity and growth, rooted in the principles of Stoicism. Let's recall a story from Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher. He once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This is particularly relevant when dealing with difficult people. Often, our fear of confrontation or our preconceived notions about someone's character exacerbates the situation. By confronting these fears and engaging with others in a constructive manner, we often find that the reality is less daunting than we imagined. In conclusion, remember that in the Stoic journey, it's not about changing others, it's about transforming ourselves. Through our actions, we can influence and inspire, creating a more virtuous and harmonious environment. So let's take Marcus Aurelius's advice to heart. Be the good you wish to see in the world, and watch as the world transforms with you. Overcome envy. In our journey through life, we often find ourselves entangled in the web of envy, a feeling that Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, warns against. He teaches us, if you envy what you don't have, you'll never be free. Free, independent, imperturbable. Because you'll always be envious and jealous, afraid that people might come and take it all away from you. This profound insight lays the foundation for understanding how Stoicism confronts envy and jealousy, emotions that can deeply affect our well-being and happiness. Envy, a complex emotion, arises when we desire the success, skills, or qualities of others. It's a form of distress, one of the four passions identified by Stoicism, alongside fear, lust, and delight, that contribute to our misery. The blinding passion of envy, whether it's coveting someone else's achievements or feeling slighted by their success, can cause significant pain and distress. Marcus Aurelius believed that true happiness is found within ourselves, not in the achievements or possessions of others. This Stoic perspective is particularly relevant in our modern lives, where social media often amplifies feelings of envy. We spend considerable time scrolling through the curated highlights of others' lives, feeling miserable about their apparent success and questioning why we don't have the life they seem to enjoy. However, Stoicism teaches us that such comparisons are misguided. Our happiness should not be contingent on others but should stem from within. Moreover, Stoicism reminds us that life's blessings are temporary, loaned to us by fortune, and must eventually be returned. The success, relationships, or fame that others possess today could be lost tomorrow. The more they have, the more they risk losing. Recognizing the impermanent nature of external achievements, money, fame, power, helps us understand that these are beyond our control and therefore should not be the source of our envy. Instead, Stoicism advises us to focus on personal growth. By comparing ourselves not to others but to who we were yesterday, we embark on a continuous journey of self-improvement. This approach fosters true happiness and fulfillment, as it aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and responses. In conclusion, dealing with envy requires a Stoic approach, understanding the transient nature of external successes, focusing on internal growth, and finding happiness within ourselves. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, this Stoic wisdom provides a guiding light, helping us to cultivate a serene mind and a resilient spirit, free from the shackles of envy. Remember, as another Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This sentiment echoes the Stoic belief in finding contentment within, a lesson that remains as relevant today as it was in ancient times. Remember our common humanity. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, eloquently captured this sentiment, stating, "We were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes, like the two rows of teeth, upper and lower. To obstruct each other is unnatural. To feel anger at someone, to turn your back on him, these are obstructions." Aurelius reminds us that, despite our differences, we share a fundamental bond in our human existence. We all experience emotions, face challenges, and endure stress. Our lives may differ in their details, but at our core, we are profoundly similar. This shared humanity binds us together, making it essential to approach others with kindness and compassion, regardless of how difficult they may seem. When confronted with someone who acts shamelessly or causes difficulty, Aurelius would reflect on the inevitability of such characters in our world. He understood that a world devoid of challenging individuals is an impossibility. Therefore, he advised against perceiving the actions of these people as personal attacks. Instead, he suggested viewing their behavior as a result of ignorance. They act inappropriately not out of malice but due to a lack of understanding. Consider, for instance, someone who makes derogatory comments about your appearance. They might not recognize the harm in their words, believing they are offering motivation rather than causing pain. Your reaction to their comments stems from your understanding of kindness and respect, an understanding they may not share. This difference in perspective is crucial to remember. Just as others may be ignorant, we too can be unaware of certain truths or viewpoints. In dealing with difficult individuals, it's important to remember that our judgment of right and wrong is shaped by our knowledge and experiences. Those who offend or hurt us often do so from a place of ignorance, not having the same insights or wisdom that guide our actions. By acknowledging this, we can approach such situations with empathy rather than anger, seeking to educate rather than retaliate. This approach not only helps in dealing with challenging people but also fosters personal growth. It encourages us to examine our own beliefs and understandings, recognizing that we too have much to learn. By practicing patience and empathy, we not only navigate difficult interactions more effectively, but also contribute to a more understanding and compassionate world. Reflecting on our daily interactions, it's worth considering how often we intentionally act or speak with the aim of upsetting others. For most of us, the instances of deliberately baiting or taunting someone are rare. This realization brings an important insight. Even when someone seems irritating or troublesome, their intention is usually not to cause distress. In light of this, it becomes essential to approach our interactions with family, friends, colleagues, and even strangers with kindness and understanding. Remembering our shared human experience is crucial. We often don't know the struggles or challenges the other person is facing. This lack of insight should inspire us to be present, compassionate, and empathetic in our social engagements. Adopting this mindset can profoundly enhance our relationships. It allows us to deepen our appreciation for others, recognizing that everyone has their own battles and complexities. This approach doesn't just improve our interactions, it enriches our own lives, fostering a sense of connection and empathy. However, there will be occasions, albeit rare, where someone's intention might indeed be to hurt us. In such situations, Stoicism offers a powerful tool, the ability to control our own thoughts and actions. If you encounter someone who seems intent on undermining your spirit, you have the choice to not let their actions affect you. By adhering to your own morals and values, you can let their negativity pass over you, maintaining your inner peace and integrity. This Stoic principle is not just about enduring negativity, it's about rising above it. It teaches us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control our reactions. By choosing kindness, understanding, and empathy, we not only navigate difficult situations more gracefully, but also contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate world. In conclusion, the Stoic approach to dealing with difficult people and situations is grounded in empathy, understanding, and self-control. By recognizing that most people do not intend to cause harm, we can approach our interactions with kindness and compassion, and in the face of intentional negativity, we have the power to maintain our composure and integrity, guided by our own values and principles. This approach not only helps us handle challenging situations, but also enriches our relationships and personal growth, fostering a more empathetic and understanding world. As we continue our Stoic journey, let us remember these lessons and strive to apply them in our daily interactions, fostering a world where understanding prevails over conflict. Let it go. In the timeless words of Marcus Aurelius, "The best revenge is to be unlike the one who performed the injustice." This profound statement, predating even the sagas of Disney princesses, encapsulates a powerful Stoic principle: the art of foregoing revenge. Aurelius, a paragon of Stoic wisdom, understood that retaliation in kind to rudeness or insults only serves to lower oneself to the perpetrator's level, inadvertently legitimizing their conduct. Aurelius implores us to ascend to a higher moral plane, responding to provocations with virtue and reason. Life, as we know, is replete with unpredictability. Our meticulously laid plans can, and often do, veer off course. The promotion that seemed within reach may elude us. Traffic jams can disrupt our commutes, our well-crafted content might not capture the viral attention we hoped for, or illness may strike unexpectedly. Such externalities, including the words and actions of others, lie beyond our direct control. In our professional and social spheres, we inevitably encounter individuals who challenge our patience, those who jump cues, claim undue credit, or publicly demean us. While we have little sway over their actions, our reaction to these provocations often lingers, festering into resentment, anger, or vengeful fantasies, sometimes haunting us for days, months, or even years. To navigate these turbulent interactions, Stoicism offers a beacon of guidance. It teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. The actions and words of others are like the wind, unpredictable and uncontrollable. Our domain, however, is our response. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we learn to meet adversity with equanimity, transforming potential conflicts into opportunities for personal growth and reflection. This approach is not merely about passive endurance, but about actively choosing a path of virtue. It's about recognizing the futility of harboring ill will towards those who wrong us. As another Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This sentiment resonates deeply in our modern lives, where the pace and pressures can often lead to hasty, emotionally charged reactions. In applying these Stoic principles to our contemporary challenges, we find a wellspring of resilience. When faced with difficult people, whether in the workplace or in personal relationships, we can choose to respond not with bitterness or spite, but with understanding and composure. This doesn't imply weakness or submission, rather, it's a testament to our strength and character. According to Stoic philosophy, vengeance is not only futile but potentially harmful to oneself. Stoics advocate for a perspective that doesn't take mistreatment personally. When someone acts poorly towards us, it's often a reflection of their own limitations or ignorance. Their actions, whether intentional or unintentional, are outside our control. The key lies in how we respond to these actions. If someone's behavior is unintentional, expending our energy on their oversight is unproductive. If it's intentional, it indicates a flaw in their character, something beyond our influence. The Stoic approach is to focus on what we can control, our reaction to their behavior. This mindset is crucial when facing rudeness, name-calling, or offensive tones. It prompts us to question the real impact of these actions on us. Take, for instance, being ridiculed and called ugly. Stoicism encourages us to reflect. Does the opinion of such a person truly matter? What real consequences arise from their words? The only tangible effects are those we allow to take root in our minds. If these effects are confined to our thoughts, then they are within our control. By mastering our internal responses, we render their words powerless over us. Marcus Aurelius, a sage in Stoic thought, guides us to curb the instinct to retaliate with bitterness. Instead, he teaches the virtue of letting go. This principle is not about passivity or acceptance of mistreatment. It's about choosing a response that aligns with our values and well-being. By refusing to engage in a cycle of negativity, we maintain our peace and integrity. In conclusion, dealing with life's jerks, cheats, and other challenging individuals is an inevitable part of our journey. By embracing the Stoic philosophy, we equip ourselves with a powerful toolkit for maintaining our serenity and integrity in the face of adversity. As we navigate these encounters, let us remember Aurelius's wisdom and strive to be unlike those who do us wrong, responding not with vengeance but with virtue and reason. Set your expectations straight. Let's start with a powerful thought from Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor known for his profound insights. He once said, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." This isn't about harboring negative thoughts. Rather, it's about setting realistic expectations. Marcus Aurelius, a paragon of discipline, practiced negative visualization every morning. He prepared himself mentally for all sorts of characters he might encounter, ensuring he was ready to handle even the most challenging individuals with composure. Why is this important? Well, difficult people are a staple in our lives. They're in our workplaces, social circles, and sometimes even in our homes. The Stoic approach isn't to wish them away, but to be prepared for their presence. It's not about thinking ill of others. It's about equipping ourselves to handle any situation with a calm and steady mind. Picture this. You're at work, engrossed in your tasks, and everything seems to be going smoothly. Suddenly, your boss storms in, berating you loudly over a mistake in your report. You're caught off guard, feeling embarrassed and angry. Now, let's tweak this scenario. Imagine if a colleague had forewarned you about your boss's foul mood. You would have double-checked your work, and even if the confrontation still happened, the blow wouldn't be as harsh because you were mentally prepared. This is the essence of Stoicism in dealing with difficult people. It teaches us that our expectations shape our reactions. By reminding ourselves that we might encounter unpleasantness, we are less likely to be shaken when it happens. It's a part of life. and expecting it makes us more resilient. Remember, it's not just about bracing for the worst, it's about maintaining our inner peace amidst external chaos. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." By anticipating and accepting the presence of challenging individuals, we reduce the power they have over our emotions. So, as you go about your day, remember Marcus Aurelius's morning ritual. Expect the unexpected, prepare for the difficult, and maintain your serenity. In doing so, you'll find that you're not just enduring life's challenges, you're mastering them with the wisdom of the Stoics. This approach doesn't just help you cope, it transforms us into individuals who can face any situation with a calm and composed spirit. And in this journey, remember, you're not alone. We're all navigating this together, learning and growing with each encounter. 10 Stoic lessons inspired by Marcus Aurelius on how to effectively deal with difficult people. Navigating the complexities of human interactions, especially with challenging individuals, is a timeless endeavor. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, offers profound insights into this aspect of life. His teachings, encapsulated in the Meditations, provide us with a guide to handle difficult people effectively. Let's delve into 10 Stoic lessons inspired by his wisdom, tailored for you as we journey through this exploration together. Lesson 1. Cultivate inner strength. Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound statement is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, teaching us to focus on what lies within our control. It's not the waves that should concern us, but how we steer our boat. In the journey of life, we often cross paths with individuals who challenge our patience and composure. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, understood this all too well. He advised us to develop an inner fortress, a sanctuary of calm and resilience. By nurturing our inner strength, we become like a sturdy oak tree, unshaken by the storms of human interaction. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or avoiding conflict. It's about understanding and managing them. When dealing with difficult people, it's essential to remember that our power lies in our response, not in changing others. This is where mindfulness and self-awareness come into play. By being mindful, we observe our thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. We learn to respond, not react. This inner strength is more than just a shield. It's a source of empowerment. It allows us to navigate through life's challenges with grace and composure. When we cultivate this resilience, we don't just survive encounters with difficult people, we thrive in spite of them. This resilience contributes to our overall well-being, making us more patient, understanding, and compassionate. Practicing empathy. Stoicism teaches us to approach difficult people with understanding, recognizing that everyone has their own battles. Marcus Aurelius, known for his empathy, reminds us to consider others' perspectives, responding with compassion instead of frustration. By trying to understand what drives their actions, we can foster a more positive dynamic. This practice of empathy not only bridges gaps but also improves communication and strengthens relationships, even with the most challenging individuals. As we continue, remember that these teachings are not just historical anecdotes. They are practical tools for our daily lives. Marcus Aurelius, despite being an emperor, faced similar challenges in dealing with people. His approach, grounded in Stoicism, offers us a timeless strategy to navigate the complexities of human behavior. By internalizing these lessons, you can transform your interactions, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth and understanding. Incorporating these Stoic principles into your life requires patience and practice. It's about shifting your perspective, focusing on what you can control, and approaching others with empathy and understanding. As you apply these lessons, you'll find that dealing with difficult people becomes less of a struggle and more of an opportunity to practice Stoicism in real life. Remember, as another Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. By embracing these Stoic lessons, you empower yourself to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and resilience. Maintain equanimity of life, especially when dealing with challenging individuals. Maintaining emotional balance is crucial. This is where the third lesson from Marcus Aurelius comes into play. Maintain equanimity. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches us the art of emotional balance. Marcus Aurelius, amidst the turmoil of wars and internal strife during his reign, exemplified this Stoic virtue. He maintained a steady and rational mind, a testament to the Stoic principle of accepting realities beyond our control. By embracing a rational approach and keeping a composed mind, we too can navigate through the storms stirred by difficult people. This emotional steadiness not only aids in clear decision-making but also fosters healthier relationships and a more positive life outlook. Choosing your battles wisely. Reflect on Marcus Aurelius's profound words. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoic discernment. It's about exercising wisdom in deciding when to engage and when to step back. Stoicism isn't about being passive. It's about focusing our energy on what truly matters, on what we can change, and accepting what we cannot. This mindset conserves our energy for meaningful battles, avoiding unnecessary confrontations. By evaluating the significance of each conflict and aligning our actions with our values and goals, we can make impactful choices. This strategic approach not only conserves our energy but also leads us to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. This lesson from Marcus Aurelius are not mere philosophical musings. They are practical tools for everyday life. They teach us to navigate the complexities of human interactions with wisdom and composure. By internalizing these teachings, you can transform your encounters with difficult people into opportunities for personal growth and understanding. Remember, it's not just about facing challenges, it's about growing through them. Let these Stoic principles guide you, and you'll find yourself navigating life's challenges with a newfound resilience and clarity. Detach from external opinions. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. This profound statement from the Stoic emperor encapsulates the Stoic view on the fleeting nature of time and the critical importance of using it wisely, particularly in the context of not allowing ourselves to be overly swayed by external opinions. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches us the value of focusing on our internal compass, rather than being buffeted by the ever-changing winds of others' judgments and views. Marcus Aurelius, through his insightful reflections, guides us to understand that our true value and worth are not anchored in the external world's fickle and often unfounded judgments. This realization is a powerful tool in dealing with difficult people. By detaching from the weight of external opinions, we free ourselves to live more authentically, embracing our true selves. This detachment leads to a cascade of positive outcomes, a boost in self-confidence, a significant reduction in stress, and an enhanced sense of self-worth. These benefits collectively contribute to a more positive, fulfilling, and serene life, resonating deeply with the Stoic pursuit of inner peace and resilience. Practice mindful communication. Stoicism, a beacon of wisdom in our modern hustle, teaches the art of mindful communication. Marcus Aurelius, a paragon of this philosophy, advocates for speaking with clarity and intention. He implores us to choose our words with care, understanding the power they hold. His own writings and meditations serve as a testament to his dedication to introspection and self-improvement, principles that are crucial in the art of communication. By embracing mindful communication, Aurelius was able to maintain positive relationships even amidst the complex and often turbulent political landscapes of his time. This practice involves selecting words thoughtfully, communicating with clear intent, and avoiding the pitfalls of unnecessary conflict. In our modern context, where misunderstandings are commonplace, practicing mindful communication is more important than ever. It helps in averting conflicts that arise from miscommunication, thereby fostering a more constructive and positive interaction. Moreover, mindful communication is not just about avoiding misunderstandings, it's about building bridges. It enhances understanding, reduces the likelihood of miscommunication, and strengthens relationships. In challenging situations, whether in personal or professional spheres, this approach creates a space for collaboration and cooperation, paving the way for more harmonious and productive interactions. Seneca. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. We are reminded that our perception of interactions is often clouded by our preconceived notions and fears. By applying the lessons of mindful communication and detaching from external opinions, we align closer to reality, reducing unnecessary suffering and enhancing our interactions with others. Focus on virtue, not vices. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This powerful statement encapsulates the essence of Stoicism, urging us to turn our gaze inward and cultivate virtues. Imagine virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance as your guiding stars. They are not just lofty ideals, but practical tools that empower us to navigate life's complexities with moral clarity and resilience. Consider Marcus Aurelius not just as a philosopher but as a leader who walked the talk. His reign over the Roman Empire was marked by a steadfast commitment to these virtues. He didn't just preach wisdom and justice, he lived them, creating a legacy of stability and fairness. This is the Stoic way, to let virtues steer our course through the turbulent seas of life. Now think about your own life. When you face challenging situations, what guides you? Stoicism teaches us to prioritize virtues in these moments. Let wisdom light your path, courage fortify your will, justice shape your actions, and temperance balance your desires. By doing so, you're not just solving a problem, you're growing stronger in character. Your journey towards virtue isn't just for you. It radiates outward, touching the lives of those around you. People start to notice. They see a person who acts with integrity and moral strength. This is how trust is built, how respect is earned. Your relationships deepen, your reputation strengthens. Remember, focusing on virtues isn't just about avoiding vices, it's about actively shaping a life that's principled and fulfilling. It's about becoming a beacon of stability and integrity, much like Marcus Aurelius. As Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, said, "Virtue is the goal of a blessed life." Let this be your guiding principle, and watch as your life transforms, becoming a testament to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Acknowledge impermanence. Marcus Aurelius, in his profound wisdom, once stated, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This insightful reflection from the Stoic emperor is a powerful reminder of the impermanence of perspectives and opinions. In the realm of dealing with difficult people and challenging situations, this Stoic lesson is particularly pertinent. By embracing the transient nature of life's challenges, we gain a broader perspective, understanding that the difficulties we face are not permanent fixtures in our lives, but fleeting moments that will pass. Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided many through the tumults of life, teaches us to recognize the impermanence of all things, including the challenges posed by difficult situations and people. This acknowledgement serves as a powerful tool in tempering our emotional reactions. When we internalize the idea that challenges are transient, our approach to difficult interactions becomes more measured and composed. We learn to see these challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as temporary phases that will eventually give way. Embracing the transient nature of life's difficulties fosters resilience and adaptability. This mindset enables us to navigate through tough times with a steadier hand, maintaining a positive outlook and a balanced demeanor. It reminds us that no matter how challenging a situation may seem, it is but a passing cloud in the vast sky of our lives. Seek opportunities for growth. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, encourages us to view challenges, especially those involving difficult people, as opportunities for personal and moral growth. Marcus Aurelius, a sage in the Stoic tradition, enlightens us with the idea that difficult people can be our greatest teachers. They offer us invaluable lessons in patience, empathy, and understanding, virtues that are essential for personal development and moral fortitude. In the face of adversity, instead of succumbing to frustration or despair, Stoicism teaches us to focus on the lessons and insights each interaction offers. This perspective transforms our approach to challenges. Difficult people and situations become less of a burden and more of a classroom where we can learn and grow. By viewing these interactions as opportunities for development, we shift our focus from the immediate discomfort to the long-term benefits of personal growth. This Stoic approach to challenges not only helps in dealing with difficult people, but also contributes significantly to our ongoing personal development. It encourages us to cultivate a mindset where every interaction, no matter how challenging, is seen as a chance to strengthen our character and enhance our understanding of the human condition. In this way, we not only navigate through life's difficulties with greater ease but also emerge from them as wiser, more compassionate individuals. Lead by example. In the realm of Stoicism, the concept of leading by example stands as a cornerstone, a guiding principle that encourages us to embody the virtues we hold dear. This philosophy, deeply rooted in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, emphasizes the importance of living out the ideals of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Marcus Aurelius, through his own life, demonstrated these Stoic virtues, setting a powerful example for those around him and for generations to come. The essence of leading by example in Stoicism is not just about adopting these virtues in isolation, but about integrating them into our daily interactions, especially when dealing with challenging individuals. Whether it's someone who acts unfairly, behaves in a hurtful manner, or simply tests our patience, the Stoic approach is to respond with integrity, empathy, and resilience. By doing so, we not only uphold our own moral standards but also influence those around us, subtly encouraging them to reflect on their actions and perhaps choose a better path. Consider the story of Cato the Younger, another Stoic figure who was known for his unwavering moral integrity. Even in the face of corruption and moral decay in Roman politics, Cato remained steadfast in his principles, never swaying for personal gain or popularity. His life serves as a testament to the power of leading by example, showing that even in a sea of adversity, one can maintain virtue and integrity. In our contemporary world, filled with its own unique challenges and difficult people, the lessons from Marcus Aurelius and Cato are more relevant than ever. When we encounter someone who is unkind or dishonest, it's easy to react with anger or frustration. However, the Stoic way is to look inward, cultivating our inner strength and focusing on our own virtues. This approach doesn't just help us navigate these difficult interactions with grace and wisdom, it also contributes to our personal and moral growth. By practicing empathy, we strive to understand the perspectives and struggles of others, even those who may seem like jerks or cheats. This doesn't mean condoning their actions, but rather choosing to respond in a way that aligns with our values. It's about finding that balance between standing up for what's right and maintaining our inner peace. As we continue to draw inspiration from the historical wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers, we find that their teachings offer invaluable insights for our modern lives. They remind us that our actions and responses have a ripple effect, influencing not just our own well-being, but also the environment around us. By leading with virtue, we contribute to a more harmonious and productive community, where the principles of Stoicism can take root and flourish. Let us embody the virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, just as Marcus Aurelius did, and in doing so inspire those around us to do the same. This path not only enhances our personal growth, but also fosters a positive and supportive social environment, making our world a little better, one interaction at a time. As we wrap up this insightful session on how Stoics deal with jerks, cheats, and other difficult people, on Stoic In Your Life channel, let's not forget that Stoicism is more than just a philosophy. It's a toolkit for navigating life's complexities. The real test of these principles comes in their application, in the moments when we're tested by difficult individuals and challenging situations. I invite you to bring these Stoic strategies into your daily life. Observe how they change your interactions and enhance your personal well-being. It's in these everyday moments that the true power of Stoicism shines through, helping you grow stronger and more content. Now, I'm eager to hear from you. How will you use these Stoic teachings in your life? Will you take a moment to step back and apply reason the next time you're faced with a challenging person? I encourage you to share your plans, questions, or any insights in the comments section. Your participation is invaluable, as it helps all of us grow and learn together in our Stoic journey. Thank you for being a part of this episode on Stoic in Your Life. If you found value in our discussion today, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Every interaction, every challenge is a chance to practice and embody Stoicism. Let's continue to learn and evolve together. Until our next meeting, embrace your Stoic path with courage and joy. Remember, in the face of life's trials, we don't just endure, we thrive. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life. Today, we embark on a thought-provoking journey, exploring a topic that might initially seem counterintuitive in our pleasure-seeking society. Is it not the very pursuit of pleasure that leads to the greatest unhappiness? This question, posed by the Stoic philosopher Seneca, sets the stage for our discussion today. Reasons not to have sex, Stoicism. In a world where the narrative often glorifies physical intimacy as a cornerstone of happiness, we find ourselves at a crossroads. The increasing visibility of sexuality and eroticism in our age stands in stark contrast to the declining frequency of sexual encounters, particularly among young men. This paradox raises a profound question. If sex is so highly valued and deemed essential, what does it mean that many are experiencing less of it? Are we, as a society, missing out on something crucial? Or is there a deeper wisdom in abstaining from what is often labeled as the pleasure of all pleasures? Our journey today is not about casting judgment or diminishing the value of lovemaking. Instead, we aim to explore, with an open mind and a Stoic perspective, the potential benefits and reasons for choosing a path less traveled, a life with less or no sexual engagement. Join me as we unravel this intriguing topic, challenging our preconceptions and discovering how ancient Stoic principles can offer a fresh lens through which to view this aspect of our lives. Enhanced focus and productivity. In today's fast-paced world where distractions abound, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a unique perspective on the benefits of abstaining from sexual activities, particularly for men aged 30 to 65 who are on a journey of self-improvement and personal growth. This concept, deeply rooted in both historical and modern contexts, revolves around the idea that sexual abstinence can lead to heightened focus and productivity. The Stoics believed in mastering one's desires and emotions to live a virtuous and meaningful life. As the famous Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This quote resonates profoundly with the topic at hand, as it suggests that our pursuit of sexual pleasure, often a product of our imagination and desires, can lead us away from our true goals and aspirations. The rationale behind this Stoic approach is multifaceted. Sexual activities, while a natural and enjoyable part of human experience, can also be incredibly consuming, both physically and mentally. The pursuit of sexual gratification often requires a significant investment of time and emotional energy, which can be particularly distracting for individuals striving to achieve demanding goals in their careers. artistic endeavors, or personal development. By choosing celibacy, or at least a more disciplined approach to sexuality, one can redirect the energy typically spent on seeking and engaging in sexual activities towards more productive and fulfilling pursuits. This redirection of energy can foster a more focused and disciplined lifestyle, where personal and professional ambitions take precedence. It's about prioritizing long-term fulfillment over short-term gratification, a principle that is increasingly relevant in our modern, distraction-filled world. Historically, many successful individuals across various fields have attributed part of their success to a celibate lifestyle, or at least to a disciplined approach to sexuality. They observed that by reducing the distractions and emotional turbulence often associated with an active sex life, they were able to devote themselves more fully to their work and passions. This isn't to say that sexual activity is inherently bad or distracting for everyone, but for those who choose this path, especially men in their prime years of 30 to 65, the benefits in terms of focus and productivity can be significant. Incorporating this Stoic philosophy into modern life, it becomes clear that choosing celibacy or a disciplined approach to sexuality can be a powerful way to minimize external noise and focus on what truly matters. It's about understanding and mastering one's desires, not being enslaved by them. This approach can lead to a more purposeful and fulfilling life, where one's true potential can be realized without the constant distraction of sexual pursuits. In conclusion, for men aged 30 to 65 who are learning about Stoicism and seeking to enhance their focus and productivity, considering a Stoic approach to sexuality can be immensely beneficial. It's a path that encourages self-discipline, clarity of purpose, and a deeper understanding of what it means to live a meaningful life. Physical health benefits. While the physical health risks associated with sexual activity, such as sexually transmitted infections, STIs, and unintended pregnancies are well known, there are also potential physical health benefits to celibacy that are often overlooked. For instance, abstaining from sexual activity eliminates the risk of contracting STIs, which can have serious long-term health consequences. Additionally, for women, celibacy removes the risk of unintended pregnancies, which can have significant physical, emotional, and financial implications. Beyond these direct health benefits, celibacy can also lead to a healthier lifestyle. Overall, individuals who choose celibacy often report having more time and energy to invest in their physical health, engaging in activities like exercise, meditation, and healthy eating. This can lead to improvements in physical fitness, mental well-being, and overall quality of life. Moreover, the discipline and self-control developed through maintaining a celibate lifestyle can have positive ripple effects in other areas of health and wellness. The same discipline used to abstain from sexual activity can be applied to other health-related habits such as maintaining a balanced diet, adhering to a regular exercise routine, and avoiding harmful substances. In summary, while the decision to abstain from sexual activity is a personal one and may not be suitable for everyone, there are several compelling reasons to consider this lifestyle. From enhanced focus and productivity to emotional independence, self-reliance, and physical health benefits, celibacy can offer a range of advantages for those who choose to embrace it. A different, more expansive life. The reasons not to engage in sexual activities, while seemingly counterintuitive to many, opens the door to a different, more expansive life experience, as evidenced by personal accounts from those who have chosen celibacy. Consider the story of Mary Talbot, a lay practitioner, whose insights were shared in the Buddhist magazine Tricycle. Talbot's journey into celibacy, driven by inspiration from monks, nuns, and the Buddha's teachings, reveals a profound transformation. She discovered that by setting aside the pursuit of sex and romance, she unlocked a vast mental space previously occupied by thoughts, strategies, regrets, and agonies related to these pursuits. Talbot's experience echoes the Buddha's promise. While celibacy might seem like a drastic reduction from an external viewpoint, it actually leads to an exponential expansion of one's inner life. This resonates deeply with the Stoic philosophy, where the focus is on internal growth and self-mastery. The choice to remove sex and romance from one's life does indeed lessen engagement with the external world. However, this is not a loss, but an opportunity for the inner world to flourish. Ajahn Nyanamoli's observation that human behavior is largely driven by the quest for sensuality and a mate is a testament to this. By stepping back from these deeply rooted desires, one can gain a clearer perspective on life's true priorities. Now consider the tale of Diogenes the Cynic, a contemporary of the Stoics. Diogenes, known for his ascetic lifestyle, often challenged societal norms. His choice to live minimally, without the pursuit of physical pleasures, including sex, allowed him to focus on philosophical inquiry and personal growth. This mirrors the Stoic principle of focusing on what truly matters, the development of virtue and wisdom. In a modern context, this approach can be incredibly liberating. The constant pursuit of romantic and sexual fulfillment often leads to a cycle of desire and disappointment, clouding our judgment and hindering our personal growth. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can redirect our energies towards self-improvement, cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, and temperance. In our journey through life, many of us center our existence around the pursuit of romantic and sensual fulfillment, striving to be as alluring as possible to those we desire. This quest often drives us to enhance our appearance, whether it be through developing a toned physique, utilizing beauty products, or donning fashionable attire. Nyanamoli, a profound thinker, sheds light on an alternative path: celibacy. Embracing celibacy, he suggests, diminishes the influence of our sexual desires, thereby liberating us from the pursuit of social status or physical attractiveness solely for the sake of attracting a partner. This principle, he argues, applies universally. If we relinquish the need for lavish possessions or societal acclaim, we no longer feel compelled to exhaust ourselves in their pursuit. By choosing not to desire something, we can redirect immense amounts of energy towards other endeavors. Take, for instance, the Jesuits, a Christian order. They view celibacy not as a form of repression, but as a voluntary, conscious decision driven by a deep yearning for spiritual connection. This choice allows them to devote their entire being to fostering a relationship with the divine. However, the pursuit of celibacy isn't confined to religious contexts alone. It can also unlock potential for various secular pursuits, offering a unique freedom to explore and invest in other aspects of life. As we contemplate this perspective, let's consider the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This sentiment resonates with the concept of celibacy as a means to reclaim control over our desires and energies. By focusing on the present and freeing ourselves from the relentless pursuit of sensual pleasures, we can find a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. Imagine the possibilities that open up when we're no longer tethered to the societal expectations of attractiveness and romantic conquests. The energy and time once spent on these pursuits can be channeled into personal growth, intellectual endeavors, or nurturing platonic relationships. This isn't to say that romance and physical attraction are inherently negative, but rather by understanding and sometimes stepping away from these desires, we can gain a clearer perspective on what truly enriches our lives. In essence, the choice of celibacy, as highlighted by Nyanamoli and practiced by the Jesuits, isn't merely about abstaining from sexual activity. It's a profound journey toward self-discovery, a reclamation of personal power, and a redirection of energy towards pursuits that offer deeper, more enduring forms of fulfillment. In conclusion, while the idea of abstaining from sex might seem daunting, it offers a pathway to a richer, more fulfilling life. This Stoic practice encourages us to look inward, fostering a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let this be a reminder to focus on what truly enriches our souls, leading to a serene and resilient spirit. This is not a call for universal celibacy, but an invitation to reflect on our priorities and consider how our choices align with our deepest values. By doing so, we can lead lives of greater purpose and fulfillment. Alleged sexual transmutation. We encounter the intriguing concept of sexual transmutation, a principle not unfamiliar to the likes of the Serbian-American inventor Nikola Tesla. In the annals of his life, Tesla, though admired by many women, consciously chose a celibate path. Some have speculated about his orientation, but attributing it solely to sexual preference misses the deeper Stoic perspective. For Tesla, life was more than the pursuit of carnal desires. It was about self-discipline and channeling one's energies toward a higher purpose. Tesla's celibacy was not a mere renunciation of physical intimacy, it was a deliberate exercise in self-control. Formerly a womanizer and gambler, he recognized the potential distraction of romantic entanglements, especially for those with intense, passionate natures, like inventors. In his view, artists, musicians, and writers might find inspiration in love, but an inventor, driven by a wild and passionate quality, risked losing focus and dedication to their craft if entangled in romantic relationships. When questioned about his stance on marriage, Tesla emphatically stated that it was suitable for artists, musicians, and writers, but not for inventors. He asserted that the latter's intense nature could lead to giving everything in a romantic relationship, potentially detracting from the single-minded dedication required for groundbreaking inventions. In his words, "I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men." Yet Tesla's celibacy wasn't solely about avoiding distractions. He believed that abstinence played a pivotal role in enhancing his creativity. In what he referred to as sexual transmutation, Tesla harnessed his sexual energy and redirected it into the realm of creative inspiration. By abstaining from physical relationships, he claimed to have unlocked a wellspring of creative energy, further propelling him into the realms of innovation and invention. Understanding the intricacies of Tesla's Stoic choices, we glimpse into the modern relevance of these principles. In a world often fixated on immediate gratification and sensory pleasures, embracing the Stoic practice of self-discipline and focusing on a higher purpose can lead to profound personal growth. The Stoic journey encourages us to navigate the complexities of modern life with a serene mind, emphasizing the importance of channeling our energies toward meaningful pursuits. Just as Tesla found strength in celibacy, we are urged to reflect on our own distractions and consider the potential benefits of redirecting our energies towards endeavors that contribute positively to our personal and collective well-being. Tesla's celibacy was not merely a personal choice. It was a Stoic testament to the power of self-discipline and the transformative potential of redirecting energies towards creative pursuits. Navigating the intricate landscape of sexual transmutation, a concept veiled in controversy, we delve into its uncertain role in the life of visionaries like Tesla and the realms of Indian religions and Taoist practices. While scientific backing may elude the idea of channeling energy through abstinence, a myriad of anecdotes illuminate its potential benefits. The no-fap movement has garnered attention, with men and women to a lesser extent reporting superpowers after abstaining from self-pleasure. Legendary boxer Muhammad Ali attributed his unbeatable prowess to abstaining from sex before a big fight. Lady Gaga embraced celibacy in 2010, attributing it to safeguarding her creativity. American philosopher Henry David Thoreau, in his work Walden, hailed chastity as the flowering of man, suggesting the ability to transmute sensuality into purity and devotion. Thoreau spoke of the generative energy, dissipated through the act, emphasizing that chastity could yield fruits such as genius, heroism, and holiness. Whether sexual transmutation is a myth or not, the prospect of valuable benefits emerges, providing yet another reason to consider a hiatus from intimate encounters. Stepping back from sexual activities could indeed be a blessing for those willing to take the plunge. However, acknowledging human nature's course, the allure of the birds and the bees on life's stage remains potent. The perpetual question arises, how can our species endure without it? Not to mention the undeniable pleasure it brings. In the intricate tapestry of this contemplation, the wisdom of Buddhist monk Ajahn Nyanamoli emerges. Despite recognizing the benefits, he acknowledges the formidable challenge of celibacy, stating that, for most, it's way too hard. This echoes a fundamental truth about human nature, recognizing the complexities and inherent difficulties in embracing celibacy outside certain religious practices. As we reflect on these diverse perspectives and stories, it becomes evident that the journey of sexual transmutation is nuanced and subjective. Perhaps in the realm of personal growth, each individual must discern the path that aligns with their values and aspirations. The narratives of Tesla, Ali, Gaga, and Thoreau offer glimpses into the multifaceted nature of this journey, where abstinence becomes a canvas for self-discovery and the potential for heightened creativity and vitality. In conclusion, the exploration of sexual transmutation invites us to consider the profound effects of abstaining from sexual activities. While the scientific community may grapple with the concept's validation, the stories and philosophies presented here highlight its potential benefits. The choice to abstain is a deeply personal one, intertwined with individual beliefs, aspirations, and the recognition of the challenges posed by human nature. Ultimately, it prompts us to reflect on our own paths, recognizing the intricate interplay between desire, creativity, and the pursuit of a flourishing life. The less you scratch, the less it itches. The less you scratch an itch, the less it bothers you. This analogy beautifully encapsulates the essence of our discussion today. Sensual desires, including the yearning for sexual gratification, are akin to an itch demanding to be scratched. We can choose to satisfy this urge through physical intimacy, or we might adopt an approach similar to the philosopher Diogenes, who famously addressed his desires in unconventional ways. However, the more we indulge in these desires, the more persistent and demanding they become. This concept isn't unique to Stoicism. Buddha, in his profound understanding of the human mind, observed how desires operate and how we can liberate ourselves from their grip. To truly comprehend this, we must first recognize what these desires arise. From a Buddhist perspective, engaging in sensual pleasures is often an attempt to escape a deep-seated dissatisfaction with life. While it's natural to seek sensual pleasures, there's a danger in misusing them as a means to numb our pain. In doing so, these desires intensify, potentially leading to addiction. This is when simple pleasures, like eating or browsing the internet, transform into compulsive behaviors. Thus, the more we indulge, the stronger the urge becomes. Temporary relief might be found in satisfying these desires, but like an itch, they return with greater intensity. This is especially true with sexual desires. Many who believe they have a healthy sex life may actually be under the constant influence of their cravings. They might have steady partners to satisfy these urges, which only serves to perpetuate the cycle. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "Slavery resides under marble and gold." This statement resonates deeply with our topic. Often, what we perceive as freedom, the ability to indulge in our desires, is actually a form of bondage. We become slaves to our cravings, trapped in a cycle of temporary satisfaction and persistent longing. As Stoics, we strive for tranquility and mastery over our desires. By understanding and controlling our urges, we can achieve a state of inner peace and resilience. This doesn't mean we should completely abstain from pleasure, but rather, we should seek a balanced life where pleasure is not the master, but one of many aspects of a fulfilling existence. In the profound words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This sentiment echoes through the teachings of Buddhist monk Ajahn Nyanamoli, who advocates for celibacy not just as a religious practice, but as a means to liberate the mind from the shackles of desire. His perspective offers a unique lens through which men, particularly those aged 30 to 65, can view their relationship with sexual desires in the pursuit of a celibate life. Ajahn Nyanamoli suggests that the average person's life is predominantly driven by the pursuit of desires, most of which are rooted in sensuality. This relentless chase, often centered around finding a mate and building a family, is likened to a cycle of itching and scratching. The more we itch, desire, the more we feel compelled to scratch. satisfy the desire. He posits that celibacy is not merely an act of denial, but an opportunity to cultivate wisdom. By consciously choosing not to indulge in sensual desires, one can gain a deeper understanding and control over them. This process, akin to seeing desire by not giving in to desire, can lead to overcoming these desires altogether. The freedom experienced by the mind then is profound and unparalleled. In modern life, where sensuality and the pursuit of pleasure are often glorified, choosing celibacy can seem counterintuitive. However, it's essential to consider the benefits of such a choice. The less we engage in the cycle of desire and gratification, the less we are controlled by it. This detachment does not mean a life devoid of joy, but rather a life where joy is not contingent on external factors. It's about finding contentment and peace within oneself, rather than seeking it in transient pleasures. For men who often face societal pressures and personal expectations regarding sexuality, this perspective can be particularly liberating. It's an invitation to reevaluate the role of sexual desires in their lives, and to consider the tranquility that might come from stepping away from the incessant need to satisfy these desires. This approach aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts and actions, rather than being at the mercy of external desires. In conclusion, embracing celibacy as suggested by Ajahn Nyanamoli is not about suppressing or denying one's natural desires. Instead, it's about understanding these desires, their roots, and their impact on our lives. It's a journey towards inner freedom, where one is not dictated by sensual urges but is guided by wisdom and self-control. As we navigate through the complexities of modern life, this perspective offers a refreshing and empowering alternative to the conventional narrative surrounding sexuality and pleasure. The Stoic approach to sexual desires is not about suppression, but about understanding and managing them. It's about recognizing that true satisfaction comes not from external pleasures, but from inner peace and self-control. By adopting this mindset, we can navigate life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, true to the principles of Stoicism and the teachings of philosophers like Seneca. Let's embrace this wisdom and apply it to our lives, finding balance and tranquility in the midst of our modern hustle. The sacrifice may not be worth it. In the realm of Stoicism, where the pursuit of virtue and rational living is paramount, the question of whether to engage in sexual activities, especially outside the sanctity of a relationship or marriage, becomes a subject of profound contemplation. The Stoic philosophers who revered wisdom and self-control might argue that the sacrifice involved in seeking sexual pleasure may not always be worth its fleeting gratification. The single individual, navigating the modern dating landscape, where the quest for a compatible partner often leads to physical venues or the digital corridors of dating apps and websites. This pursuit, while sometimes fruitful, is frequently fraught with challenges and disappointments. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This is particularly true in the realm of dating, where the anticipation and pursuit of a physical connection can be laden with anxiety and unmet expectations. Even when one finds a seemingly suitable partner, the complexities of human chemistry and the unpredictability of interpersonal dynamics can lead to a lack of connection or worse, encounters with individuals whose intentions may be harmful. The Stoic practice of caution and discernment becomes crucial in these scenarios. Moreover, the option of exchanging money for physical pleasure raises ethical and philosophical questions. One must consider not only the personal cost but also the circumstances and motivations of those engaged in such transactions. In the Stoic view, the pursuit of physical pleasure, particularly when it involves significant risk, expense, or ethical dilemmas, is often at odds with the pursuit of a virtuous and rational life. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, and in this context, nature refers not just to the physical world but also to one's inner nature, the rational, discerning aspect of the human psyche. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, advised, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." In the context of modern relationships and sexual encounters, This could be interpreted as choosing a path that is thoughtful, respectful, and in alignment with one's values, rather than succumbing to the baser instincts and societal pressures. Over 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Epicurus, renowned for his moral philosophy that centered around the pursuit of pleasure, offered a unique perspective on this matter. He viewed sexual intercourse not as a necessity for achieving happiness and contentment, the ultimate goals of his Epicurean philosophy. Instead, he saw it as a natural desire that, while inherent, was not essential for a fulfilling life. Epicurus boldly posited that sexual activity was inherently non-beneficial, suggesting that one is fortunate if it does not result in harm. This viewpoint, though controversial, finds echoes in modern research. Numerous studies have drawn a connection between frequent casual sexual encounters, often referred to as hookups, and deteriorating mental health. However, the direction of this relationship remains ambiguous. Does poor mental health lead to an increased likelihood of engaging in casual sex? Or does the act itself contribute to mental distress? The International Academy of Sex Research weighs in on this debate, highlighting the risks associated with sexual behavior, including unintended pregnancies, sexually transmitted infections, STIs, and the threat of sexual assault. The decision to embrace or avoid these potential risks and sacrifices ultimately rests with the individual. Yet there exists a simpler, perhaps more pragmatic approach to addressing our innate desires as suggested by the philosopher Diogenes. His philosophy offers an alternative path, one that emphasizes self-sufficiency and the mastery of desires rather than their indulgence. Stoicism teaches the value of self-control and the importance of making choices that align with our inner virtues and long-term well-being. It encourages us to question the nature of our desires and to consider whether fulfilling them truly serves our higher purpose. In this light, the decision to engage in or abstain from sexual activity becomes a reflection of our commitment to living a life guided by reason and virtue. Imagine a Stoic philosopher confronted with the allure of a romantic encounter. Rather than succumbing to immediate gratification, he pauses to reflect on the potential consequences of his actions, the emotional entanglements, the risk to his mental and physical health, and the distraction from his philosophical pursuits. In this moment of introspection, he finds clarity and chooses a path that aligns with his Stoic principles, opting for a life of simplicity and self-discipline. For the modern audience, this narrative serves as a powerful reminder of the Stoic ideals. It encourages us to look beyond the fleeting pleasures of the moment and to consider the broader impact of our choices on our lives. As we navigate the complexities of relationships and intimacy, we are invited to apply the wisdom of Stoicism, balancing our desires with a thoughtful consideration of their long-term effects. In conclusion, while the Stoic philosophy does not outright condemn sexual activities, it encourages a thoughtful and discerning approach to them. It suggests that one should weigh the potential risks and ethical implications against the fleeting nature of physical pleasure. In doing so, it aligns with the Stoic pursuit of a life led by virtue, wisdom, and rational thought, reminding us that sometimes the greatest pleasures are found not in the physical realm, but in the peace and serenity of a well-considered life. As we conclude our exploration of 6 Reasons Not to Have Sex here on Stoic In Your Life, I hope this journey has offered you a fresh perspective on a topic that is often shrouded in misconceptions and societal pressures. Our discussion today was not about advocating for a specific lifestyle choice, but rather about providing insights into the Stoic philosophy and how it can apply to our understanding of sexuality and personal choices. Remember, the essence of Stoicism is about living in harmony with our inner virtues, making rational decisions and understanding the nature of our desires. Whether you choose to embrace celibacy or not, the key takeaway is to approach your decisions with mindfulness, considering the long-term impact on your well-being and personal growth. If you found this discussion enlightening and thought-provoking, I encourage you to engage further with our content. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic In Your Life for more insightful discussions. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll continue to delve into topics that challenge our preconceptions and offer new perspectives on living a fulfilling life. Thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you. Remember, in the words of Seneca, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. Let's strive to live a life guided by reason, virtue, and inner peace. Until next time, stay stoic in your life. He who is content with what has been done is an obstacle in the path of progress. Seneca. In our modern world, a paradox emerges. We are intricately connected, yet often engulfed in solitude. Our lives are brimming with tasks and commitments, yet there's a lingering sense of being overlooked or undervalued, especially by those we hold in high regard. This brings us to a crucial question. How can we ensure that we are valued by our inner circle? It often feels like we value them more than they value us. Stoicism, with its rich philosophical roots, offers a beacon of guidance in this dilemma. Stoicism teaches us to anchor our worth within, not in the fleeting recognition of others. But the question remains, how do we translate these ancient teachings into practical actions that enhance our value in the eyes of those around us? Today's video delves into 13 effective practices, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, that will elevate your presence in the lives of others and help you discern their genuine interest in you. It's crucial to understand that this journey is not about cunning tactics or superficial tricks. It's about embracing a wise and authentic path to forge meaningful, high-value relationships. As the adage wisely points out, show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. If you're not a priority for them, it's likely that their interest in you lacks authenticity and depth. In the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the key: to be valuable without succumbing to neediness. Let's embark on this enlightening journey, exploring these 13 practices that intertwine Stoic wisdom with the art of being valued in our contemporary world. 1. To create a sense of loss and value your time. In our journey through Stoicism, we encounter a profound lesson: the art of being valued. It begins with cultivating a sense of loss. Imagine this. When you're perpetually available, responding at a moment's notice, people naturally expect your constant presence. But Stoicism, an ancient philosophy still resonating in our bustling modern lives, teaches us the importance of valuing our time. Time, an irreplaceable commodity, must be treated with respect. Stoicism encourages us to let others feel our absence now and then, to let them miss us. Remember, as Stoics, we understand that, while we can't control the world around us, our response to it lies firmly in our hands. By cherishing your time and attention, you're not just respecting yourself, you're teaching others to see your worth. It's okay to say no, to not always respond instantly. This isn't just about being less available. It's about demonstrating self-respect and in turn earning respect from others. Let's turn to the words of Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, who said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This wisdom echoes in our approach. By managing our availability, we're not just creating a sense of loss, we're making a statement about the value of our time and presence. In doing so, we become more than just a constant figure in others' lives. We become a cherished presence, whose time and attention are sought after, not just expected. This is the essence of being valued, a lesson deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, and one that is incredibly relevant in our fast-paced modern world. 2. Practice patience. Embrace the art of patience and let the world recognize the value of your time as you do. In the realm of Stoicism, patience transcends mere virtue. It emerges as a pivotal force in our fast-paced, often chaotic existence. Imagine patience as a cultivated skill, a mastered ability to remain steadfast and tranquil amidst life's storms. By adopting a demeanor of calm, you transform into a pillar of stability, a symbol of poise in the face of upheaval. This ability to wait calmly, resisting the urgencies and pressures of the moment, is not a sign of inaction. Rather, it's a testament to inner fortitude and emotional control. In practicing patience, you shield yourself from the whirlwind of emotions while casting an aura of confidence and resilience. You become akin to a serene oasis, drawing others towards your calm, providing a haven in the relentless tempest of daily life. Your patience also shapes how others perceive and appreciate your presence in a world obsessed with speed. Those who mastered the art of wise waiting are distinguished. You're perceived not as a victim of impatience or hasty, but as a thoughtful individual who deliberates and acts with care. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This quote encapsulates the essence of patience in Stoicism. It's about finding contentment in the present moment, not being swayed by the uncertainty of the future or the immediacy of now. By integrating this principle into your life, you not only enhance your personal well-being but also become a beacon of inspiration for others. In today's fast-moving world, offering advice on patience is not just about waiting, it's about cultivating a mindset that values thoughtful action over reactive haste, a lesson that resonates deeply with modern life. 3. Prioritizing yourself. The profound practice of prioritizing oneself, a vital step towards being more valued. Imagine this. By placing importance on your own time and efforts, you're not just caring for yourself, but you're also teaching others to recognize and appreciate the value you bring. It's a dance of self, respect, and mutual respect. Now let's talk about the art of saying no. It's a powerful tool in your arsenal. When you're always available, people might start to think your time isn't precious, but here's the twist. By occasionally saying no, you're not being selfish. You're practicing self-worth. It's about showing that your time and attention are treasures to be valued, not taken for granted. The Stoics, like Seneca, were masters of this. They taught us to be guardians of our time, to choose wisely how and with whom we spend it. Seneca's wisdom echoes through time, reminding us of the priceless nature of our moments. It's not just about managing our calendars, it's about managing our lives. And then there's Epicurus, with his profound insight. No man is free who is not master of himself. This isn't just about external control, it's about reigning over our inner landscapes, our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. True freedom, according to Epicurus, springs from this mastery. So, as we weave these ancient teachings into our modern lives, remember, valuing yourself is the first step to being valued by others. It's about balance, resilience, and the courage to say no. It's about being a master of your time and emotions. By embodying these principles, you become a beacon of inspiration, showing others the path to a more fulfilling and respected existence. In conclusion, dear listeners, embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and Epicurus. Prioritize yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of respect for your own worth. Master your time and emotions, and in doing so, you'll not only uplift your own life, but also inspire those around you to do the same. Force on living according to principles and values. By consciously choosing not to be perpetually available, you're sending a powerful message about the worth of your time and energy. This act of self-respect not only uplifts your own dignity but also instills a sense of respect in others towards you. This reciprocal respect naturally encourages others to see us as a higher priority in their lives. It's a reflection of the wisdom found in both Stoic and Epicurean philosophies, which advocate for a life of balance and fulfillment. By cherishing our time and being judicious with our commitments, we enhance our own lives and, in turn, cast a positive ripple effect on those around us. Living with purpose and integrity, guided by principles that mirror our true selves, is the crux of this philosophy. It's about striving to be more significant and a priority in the lives of others, which leads us to the intriguing art of mystery. we often feel compelled to share our innermost feelings, thoughts, and dreams with others. Yet, this tendency to overshare can, paradoxically, diminish how others perceive our value. There's an inherent human fascination with the mysterious, the uncharted. We tend to value what seems scarce or elusive. If you're dedicated to your personal growth, affirm this commitment by commenting, "I am Stoic." To ensure this commitment is not lost in the shuffle of daily life, let's delve deeper. Stoic teachings, which champion self, discipline, and restraint, encourage us to engage with others in a manner that's thoughtfully reserved. As Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This wisdom reminds us that the value we place on ourselves and how we manage our interactions can significantly shape our reality and relationships. By embracing these Stoic principles, we learn to navigate life with a serene mind, understanding that our self-worth and the respect we garner are deeply intertwined with how we value and allocate our time and energy. 5. Cultivating an enigmatic presence. In the realm of Stoicism, the practice of cultivating an enigmatic presence is not about obscuring our true selves. Rather, it's about revealing our core essence in a gradual, thoughtful manner. This approach is akin to an artist revealing a masterpiece stroke by stroke, where each revelation adds depth and intrigue to the overall picture. By adopting this strategy, we not only protect our personal space, but also ignite the curiosity and interest of others. In social interactions, choosing to provide less detailed responses about our personal history or intimate details is a wise tactic. This isn't about being elusive or untruthful, but about judiciously selecting what to divulge and the appropriate timing for it. It's a dance between transparency and mystery, where each step is carefully choreographed. This method invites others to engage more actively in uncovering our story, thereby keeping a sustained interest in us. Through this practice, we not only shield vital aspects of our lives, but also foster an environment where people are encouraged to delve deeper into who we are. This leads to richer, more meaningful interactions where the unveiling of our personality and experiences unfolds naturally and authentically, enhancing our significance and place in the lives of others. Seneca's profound insight, "Fortune favors the bold," profoundly aligns with this concept of personal disclosure. In this context, boldness is not about impulsive revelations, but about the astute discernment of what information to share and when. It's a fine line between openness and discretion, and mastering this balance can significantly elevate our allure and value in the eyes of others. Incorporating this Stoic principle into modern life, maintaining an air of mystery becomes a potent tool. It triggers a natural human inclination towards the unknown and the thrill of discovery. By leaving some aspects of our life to the imagination, we become more intriguing and appealing. This practice, deeply rooted in Stoic thought, not only aligns with our philosophical journey but also resonates with the contemporary quest for deeper, more authentic connections. Focus on what is within our control. Imagine you're navigating the intricate dance of social interactions where every step you take is a deliberate choice, not just a random move. This is the essence of our sixth practice in Stoicism, focusing on what is within our control, particularly regarding the personal information we share. It's like being the master of your own story, revealing chapters at a pace that keeps listeners engaged and intrigued. You're not hiding, you're strategically choosing what to unveil and when. This approach isn't about secrecy, it's about thoughtful self-presentation. Now let's consider the trap of seeking constant approval. It's like chasing a mirage, always out of reach, leaving you parched for genuine connection. By holding back just enough, you create a space where others can appreciate you for your true self, not just the persona you project. It's in this space that authentic relationships blossom, where people value you for your essence and presence, not the volume of your revelations. Here's an allegory. Picture a skilled magician. They captivate the audience, not by revealing all their tricks at once, but by carefully orchestrating what they show and what they conceal. The audience's fascination grows with each performance, not because they know everything about the magician, but because they're drawn to the mystery and mastery on display. So the lesson here is about striking a balance. Be bold, not by oversharing, but by being strategic and deliberate in what you share. This balance enhances your allure and importance in the eyes of others. It's about crafting your narrative in a way that invites respect and interest, allowing you to forge deeper, more meaningful connections. Remember, in the art of life, sometimes what you don't reveal makes you more valued than what you do. 7. Allow others to invest in you. In our journey through the Stoic path, we often focus on self, improvement, and resilience, but an equally vital aspect is understanding the power of allowing others to invest in us. This concept transcends mere ego. It taps into a deep-seated human need to feel valued and to contribute meaningfully to others' lives. Seneca, a sage in the realm of Stoicism, once illuminated this truth, noting how people find fulfillment in being chosen to enrich someone else's life. When we open ourselves to the contributions of others, whether it's graciously accepting a compliment, valuing someone's advice, or acknowledging their assistance, we're doing more than just receiving. We're giving them the gift of feeling appreciated and significant. This exchange fosters a cycle of positivity and mutual respect, benefiting all involved. It aligns perfectly with the Stoic understanding of our interconnectedness. Our society is a tapestry of relationships and interactions, and acknowledging our shared need for support and collaboration is essential. Stoicism doesn't see weakness in seeking help or accepting support. Rather, these actions fortify our human bonds and encourage unity. Imagine the profound impact when we accept help, guidance, or even a simple act of kindness. We're not just creating deeper, more meaningful connections. We're also encouraging others to feel more invested in our lives. This investment heightens the likelihood of them seeing us as a priority in their own lives. Let's remember a poignant quote from Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor. "We are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth." This beautifully encapsulates the essence of our discussion. By embracing the contributions of others, we enrich our lives and offer them the joy of being part of something greater. This mutual recognition and appreciation are fundamental in forging strong, enduring relationships, elevating our significance in the lives of others. In essence, by allowing others to invest in us, we not only enhance our own journey but also illuminate the paths of those around us, creating a harmonious symphony of interdependence and mutual respect. 8. Cultivate independence. Cultivating independence, as taught by the ancient Stoic philosopher Epicurus, is a profound journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Epicurus wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." This encapsulates the essence of Stoic independence, which is not about secluding oneself from society, but about mastering self, governance, and autonomy. It's about making conscious choices without being swayed excessively by external validation or influence. In the realm of Stoicism, independence transcends mere physical or financial self-sufficiency. It's fundamentally about cultivating an independent mind and spirit. This form of independence is reflected in how steadfastly you adhere to your personal ethics and values. Such steadfastness naturally cultivates respect and admiration from those around you. It's about being the custodian of your own moral compass, ensuring that your actions are aligned with your convictions rather than being a puppet to societal pressures or expectations. This integrity you uphold becomes a guiding light for others, showcasing your unique strength and character. Moreover, this independence nurtures genuine authenticity in your relationships. It transforms you from a passive participant in social dynamics to an active contributor, enhancing the lives of those around you. This doesn't imply isolation or refusal of assistance from others. Rather, it's about engaging in relationships from a position of strength and self-awareness, where you are as capable of giving as you are of receiving. Stoic independence is built on the pillars of self-discipline, self-awareness, and self-control. These qualities are immensely appealing to those who value strength and integrity in an individual. By honing these traits, you set an example for others, influencing them through your actions and attitudes. As Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote resonates deeply with the concept of Stoic independence, reminding us that our true power lies within our ability to control our reactions and maintain our principles, regardless of external circumstances. In today's fast-paced world where external influences are stronger than ever, the Stoic practice of cultivating independence is not just relevant, but essential. It's a call to introspection and self-mastery, urging us to stand firm in our values and principles amidst the chaos of modern life. By embracing this Stoic wisdom, we not only enhance our own lives, but also become a source of inspiration and guidance for others, embodying the timeless virtues of Stoicism in our everyday actions. 9. Be generous and open. In the journey of life, embracing generosity and openness is akin to planting seeds in a fertile garden. It's about allowing others to enrich your life, complementing your independence with a welcoming spirit. This blend of self-reliance and receptivity fosters a harmonious balance. You stand as a pillar of strength and self-sufficiency, yet you acknowledge and cherish the contributions of those around you. Imagine this. You're like a tree deeply rooted in your own strength, but your branches are spread wide, inviting birds to perch and sing. This is the essence of attracting and earning respect. Life's true opulence isn't found in solitary achievements, but in the depth and richness of our relationships and connections. By nurturing your independence, while keeping your heart and mind open to others, you create a beautiful cycle of mutual appreciation and respect. This approach doesn't just solidify your personal bonds, it amplifies your influence and significance in the lives of others. Think of the story of the ancient Stoic philosopher, Seneca. He was a man of considerable wealth and power, yet he was renowned for his generosity and openness. Seneca understood that true value lies not in what we possess, but in what we give and how we connect with others. His life serves as a testament to the power of balancing self-reliance with a generous spirit. So as you walk your path, remember to be like the tree with open branches. Be generous, be open. Let the world contribute to your story as you contribute to the stories of others. In doing so, you'll find that your life becomes richer, your relationships deeper, and your impact greater. This is the Stoic way to enhance your life and the lives of those around you. 10. Prioritize your needs. In our quest to be more valued and significant in the eyes of others, it's crucial to start by prioritizing our own needs. This concept, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, is a vital step in learning how to be appreciated and respected by those around us. Often we find ourselves sacrificing our personal needs for others, which can lead to being taken advantage of and losing respect for ourselves. In the hustle of modern society, there's a prevalent notion that we should always be at everyone's beck and call. However, this approach is not only unsustainable, but can also lead others to view us as an endless well of resources, thereby depleting our energy and time. Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes personal responsibility and well-being, teaches us the importance of setting healthy boundaries and looking after our own needs first. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This powerful quote is a cornerstone of Stoic thought, profoundly influencing our self-perception and interactions. It encourages us to first engage in self-reflection and understand our true nature and aspirations before taking any action. This process of self-reflection involves acknowledging our desires, needs, and values, realizing that fulfilling these is essential before we can genuinely offer value to others. Stoicism provides a deep understanding of how to lead a meaningful and valuable life, both for ourselves and for others, by starting with self-awareness and self-care. The journey towards self-value and virtue begins within, through the cultivation of qualities like authenticity, resilience, discipline, and empathy. These virtues lay a strong foundation for our personal growth and how we relate to others. Stoicism teaches us to seek self-approval rather than constantly chase external validation. This pursuit of self-approval is not about being selfish. It's about recognizing the importance of self-acceptance and having confidence in our identity and aspirations. When we are secure in ourself, knowledge and desires, we exude an authentic confidence that naturally draws others to us. This confidence is not born of arrogance, but from a clear, honest understanding of our strengths, limitations, and values. By embracing this Stoic approach, we not only enhance our self-worth, but also become more valued and respected in the eyes of others. 11. Align actions with intentions. In the realm of Stoicism, the alignment of actions with intentions stands as a cornerstone of personal integrity and value. Epictetus, a luminary in Stoic philosophy, ardently advocated for this congruence, underscoring that mere proclamation of virtues and goals falls short without the backing of consistent actions. This harmony between our spoken words and deeds is not just a moral ideal but a practical necessity for cultivating trust and integrity. Imagine a ship's captain setting a course without consulting the compass. Similarly, when our actions diverge from our inner values and authentic identity, we drift aimlessly, losing the trust of those around us. However, when our deeds mirror our words, we not only reinforce our own value in the eyes of others, but also attract those who hold respect for such qualities. This is akin to a lighthouse guiding ships in the night. Our consistent and integral actions serve as a beacon for like-minded individuals. Moreover, by engaging in introspection and self-assessment to define our values and goals, we forge an internal compass. This compass is not just a guide, but a steadfast ally in navigating the complexities of modern life. It offers clarity and purpose, fortifying our character and enhancing our ability to make a positive impact on those around us. As Marcus Aurelius, another esteemed Stoic philosopher, aptly stated, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This quote encapsulates the essence of Stoicism, the pursuit of virtue through action. In summary, Stoicism teaches us that to be genuinely valuable to others, we must first cultivate virtues within ourselves. This journey of self-improvement and alignment creates a foundation of authenticity and integrity. It empowers us to live meaningfully and establish deep, valuable relationships. In today's fast-paced world where actions often contradict words, embracing this Stoic principle can be a guiding light, offering a path to true value and integrity. 12. Don't center your life around others. In our modern society, it's easy to fall into the trap of elevating others above ourselves, often at the cost of losing our own direction. The key here is to value your time and attention, as this inherently increases your value to others. Remember, no one can harm you without your consent. This profound quote underscores a crucial Stoic teaching. We are the custodians of our inner peace and emotional well-being. Stoicism advocates for the virtue of selective indifference, urging us to discern what truly merits our attention. It's about mastering our minds and emotions, embracing authenticity, and being true to ourselves without fear of external judgment. This principle empowers us to become masters of our fate, enhancing our self-esteem and self-respect, ultimately making us more valuable to others. When confronted with challenges and criticisms, let's recall the words of Marcus Aurelius, "No one can harm you without your consent." In our world of incessant communication, Stoics like Epictetus teach us the value of listening more than speaking. This approach may seem counterintuitive in today's always connected world, but it's rooted in timeless Stoic wisdom. To illustrate this, let's consider the story of Cato the Younger, a renowned Stoic who often chose silence over unnecessary words. His ability to listen and reflect rather than immediately respond earned him great respect and influence. Cato's example teaches us the power of thoughtful silence and the importance of valuing our own voice and time. In conclusion, by not centering our lives around others and practicing selective indifference, we can navigate life with more purpose and clarity. This Stoic practice not only enhances our self-worth, but also makes us more valued and respected by others. So, let's embrace this wisdom and remember, our value lies not in constant availability but in our ability to be present, authentic, and discerning in our interactions. 13. Stop initiating conversation. Imagine this. By allowing others the space to start conversations, you open a window into their world and, intriguingly, into your own inner landscape. When we're constantly at the forefront of conversations, eager to share and express, we might unintentionally come across as anxious or self-absorbed. This eagerness, though well-intentioned, can sometimes create distance rather than closeness. In contrast, embracing patience and the willingness to let others lead in dialogue is a cornerstone in building genuine, high-value connections. This approach is not just about social dynamics. It's a Stoic practice woven into the fabric of our daily lives. It involves embracing concepts like accepting the fear of missing out, practicing patience, balancing our availability, maintaining an air of mystery, being receptive to others' contributions, prioritizing our needs, and nurturing our independence. By mastering the art of letting others initiate interactions, we're not just improving our social bonds, we're cultivating a more balanced, authentic existence. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This resonates deeply with our topic. By focusing on the present moment in conversations, we free ourselves from the anxiety of leading the dialogue and open ourselves to truly hear and understand others. But the essence of Stoicism reaches far beyond its influence on our external relationships. It's about a profound transformation within ourselves. By embracing these Stoic practices, we learn to find calm in the midst of turmoil, make more deliberate choices, and confront challenges with a fortified mind. These are not just skills, but vital components of a fulfilling and meaningful life. So as you navigate your day, I invite you to experiment with this practice. Let others take the lead in conversations. Observe, listen, and discover the rich tapestry of perspectives and stories that unfold. In doing so, you're not just being a good conversationalist, you're walking the path of a true Stoic, finding value in every interaction and deepening your understanding of the world and yourself. Don't just be yourself, but become the best version of yourself. Einstein said, "Try not to become a man of success, but rather to become a man of value." Everyone wants to become the best version of themselves. However, very few of us succeed. In reality, we often are our own worst enemies in achieving success and living the life we desire. We sabotage ourselves with behaviors that keep us in our comfort zones and prevent further progress. Why do so many of us struggle to become the best version of ourselves? There are many reasons, and they depend on a variety of factors. But one of the most common reasons is that we have a deep fear of making mistakes, of the unknown, and of losing what we have achieved. Additionally, many people have low self-esteem, so they overlook their potential and believe they are incapable of achieving great things. This clouds their judgments and makes them constantly feel insecure. How can you become the best version of yourself? First, you need to remember that becoming the best version of yourself is a never-ending task. After all, you can always enhance your strengths, improve your weaknesses, and learn new skills. Here are some ways to help you develop yourself and become the best version of yourself. 1. Stop saying negative things. In our journey towards self-improvement, it's crucial to address the way we converse with ourselves. Often, we find ourselves entangled in a web of negative self-talk. Phrases like, "I am a complete failure in love," "I will never have the body I want," or "My life is terrible," are not just words. They are shackles that bind us to a distorted view of ourselves, eroding our self-worth. This internal dialogue, steeped in negativity, convinces us of irrational beliefs, acting as a barrier to our growth and efforts. It's akin to a self-fulfilling prophecy, where we become what we believe. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. This highlights the power of perception and the importance of steering it positively. The first step in transforming this narrative is awareness. Pay close attention to your inner voice, especially in moments of failure or unmet expectations. Recognize these negative statements and challenge them. Rewrite them into affirmations that uplift and encourage. For instance, instead of saying, "I am a failure," tell yourself, "I am learning and growing from my experiences." This shift might seem challenging initially, but with consistent practice, you'll begin to identify and alter this self-destructive dialogue more effortlessly. Remember, the words we speak to ourselves shape our reality. By nurturing a positive internal conversation, we pave the way for self-compassion, resilience, and ultimately, a life that reflects our true potential. Let's embark on this transformative journey together, rewriting our stories with hope and positivity, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. 2. Avoid criticizing and judging others. Do you often catch yourself in the act of criticizing and judging others? It's a common trap, one that can give a fleeting sense of superiority. This habit, however, often stems from a place of low self-esteem, where devaluing others becomes a misguided attempt at self-satisfaction. But consider this. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak, a quote attributed to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. This ancient wisdom resonates profoundly with our modern lives, reminding us of the value in listening and understanding rather than hastily passing judgment. To embark on the journey of becoming the best version of yourself, it's crucial to shift focus from others to your own self. This means embracing a path of self-love and introspection. When you start evaluating your actions, thoughts, and motivations, you'll soon discover that criticizing others is not just meaningless, but it's a diversion from personal growth. Instead of looking outward to find faults, look inward to find areas to improve and grow. This introspective journey aligns seamlessly with the Stoic practice of self-reflection, encouraging a deeper understanding of oneself and fostering a sense of inner peace. By avoiding the pitfalls of judgment and criticism, you not only enhance your self-esteem, but also cultivate a more compassionate and empathetic view towards others. This approach is not just about self-improvement, it's about creating a ripple effect of positivity and understanding in the world around you. In today's fast-paced, often judgmental society, taking a moment to reflect before reacting can be a powerful tool in building stronger, more meaningful relationships and a more fulfilling life. Remember, the path to becoming your best self is not through diminishing others but through enriching your own life and, by extension, the lives of those around you. 3. Strive to overcome the fear of failure. In our journey towards self-improvement, a crucial step is to confront and conquer the fear of failure. This fear often acts as a barrier, hindering us from reaching our fullest potential. You might find yourself yearning for something deeply, yet the dread of erring or stumbling holds you back. This internal conflict can lead to a life of safety, yet unfulfilled, where risks are shunned and a sense of incompleteness lingers. Remember, the most genuine and fulfilled individuals are those who recognize their desires and relentlessly chase them. In contrast, those who remain unclear about their aspirations often settle for whatever life randomly throws their way. Embrace your mistakes, view them not as setbacks but as invaluable lessons. Each error you make is a stepping stone towards wisdom, accelerating your growth and development. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult." This profound statement resonates deeply with our topic. The fear of failure makes challenges seem insurmountable. Yet when we muster the courage to face these challenges, we often find that what seemed impossible is within our reach. So, I urge you, as you listen to this, to reflect on your own life. Identify where fear is holding you back and boldly step forward. Embrace the possibility of failure, for it is in these moments that you will learn the most about yourself and the world around you. Let your mistakes be your guide, not your deterrent. In doing so, you will not only become the best version of yourself but also live a life rich with learning and growth. 4. Determine what you want and go for it. Often we find ourselves evading failure, leading us down paths that don't align with our genuine interests. You might find yourself engaged in a field of study that doesn't ignite your passion, or in a relationship that lacks fulfillment. Remember, the most authentic version of yourself emerges when you dare to take risks in the pursuit of self-discovery. Allow yourself to dream and actively work towards turning those dreams into your reality. It's important to let go of the pursuit of perfection. This elusive ideal is a mirage. Chasing it will only lead to exhaustion. Instead, focus on pleasing and bettering yourself, not an imaginary perfect version of you. 5. Understanding yourself. Moving to the next step, understanding yourself is a cornerstone in this transformative journey. You can't possibly evolve into your best self without a deep and honest understanding of your own desires, strengths, weaknesses, emotions, and viewpoints. This self-awareness is not just about personal growth. It's about boosting your self-esteem, managing your emotions effectively, and steering your life in the direction of your true desires. One practical way to foster this understanding is by maintaining a personal diary. This simple yet profound practice allows you to capture your thoughts and emotions, providing insights into your inner world. Regularly jotting down your experiences helps in identifying patterns in your thoughts and behaviors. Additionally, make a list of your strengths and weaknesses. This exercise isn't just about self-reflection. It's about self-acceptance and growth. Embrace new experiences with an open mind, as they can unveil passions and talents that were previously hidden. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. This timeless wisdom resonates with our quest for self-improvement. It's a reminder that the journey of self-discovery and personal growth is ongoing. We are constantly evolving, and with each new experience, we have the opportunity to learn more about ourselves and how to live a fulfilling life. So embark on this journey with courage and an open heart, and watch as you transform into the best version of yourself. In resolving conflicts. It's not about fleeing from your problems, as avoidance often amplifies them. Instead, embrace the Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. This quote reminds us that facing challenges with integrity and resilience is key. Understand that life's inherent difficulties are not obstacles, but opportunities to grow and strengthen your character. Approach conflicts with a clear mind and a decisive heart, seeking solutions rather than evading problems. 7. Stop seeking happiness in material things. It's crucial to realize that true contentment doesn't lie in material wealth. Echoing the words of Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This sentiment guides us to find joy in self, acceptance, gratitude, and the richness of our relationships. Happiness sprouts from within, nurtured by the love and appreciation we have for ourselves and our lives, not by the fleeting satisfaction of material possessions. 8. Living in the present. The concept of living in the present is a vital aspect of self-improvement. While it's beneficial to reflect on the past and plan for the future, it's paramount to immerse yourself in the now. The present moment is where life unfolds, where small joys and simple pleasures reside. By being fully present, you engage more deeply with life, appreciating its nuances and embracing its opportunities. As we draw this enlightening journey to a close, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude for your unwavering commitment to personal growth and the pursuit of Stoic wisdom. Remember, the path to self-improvement is continuous and ever evolving. The principles we've explored today are not just philosophical concepts, but practical tools for navigating the complexities of life. I encourage you to integrate these Stoic practices into your daily routine and observe the transformative impact they have on your mindset and actions. I'm curious to hear about your experiences and insights. How do these Stoic practices resonate with your life? What changes do you anticipate as you incorporate them into your daily activities? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey might just be the inspiration someone else needs. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Stoic In Your Life to continue exploring the profound wisdom of Stoicism together. Your engagement helps build a community of like-minded individuals dedicated to personal and collective growth. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Until our next meeting, embrace the Stoic flow in your life and may it guide you towards peace, resilience, and fulfillment. Is it really a tragedy to be labeled as a loser? This question might change your perspective on life. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, known for his profound wisdom, once remarked on the nature of true value in life. He challenged the conventional markers of success, wealth, fame, and societal approval, as fleeting and superficial. Instead, Epictetus championed the pursuit of inner virtues, values that remain unshaken regardless of external circumstances or the fickle opinions of others. He pointed out a paradox in our relentless chase for achievement and recognition. In this pursuit, we often miss out on something much more profound, a state of inner peace and contentment, untainted by external unpredictability. Our fear of being perceived as losers leads us down a path of unnecessary suffering, all for the sake of others' approval. It's a tragic irony, as Epictetus observed, that by placing our bets on external achievements, we become slaves to them, sacrificing our own happiness and freedom. He urged us to embrace what he termed lesser things, and to be prepared, if necessary, to be seen as losers by societal standards. If that's the cost of true freedom and happiness, Epictetus argued, it's a price well worth paying. In this video, we're not promoting self-neglect or harm. On the contrary, we're delving into the Stoic perspective, particularly that of Epictetus. We'll explore his philosophy on what really matters in life, redefining the concept of being a loser, and understanding why being perceived as one might not be as negative as it seems. What is a loser? A loser, a term that's often misunderstood and misapplied. According to Merriam-Webster, a loser is a person who is incompetent or unable to succeed. But let's think about that for a moment. What really defines competence and success? These are subjective terms varying from person to person. For some, running a small hair salon is a pinnacle of success, while for others, success is as grand as colonizing another planet. The truth is, our definitions of competence and success are shaped by the ever-changing tides of culture, society, and personal beliefs. Now let's place this idea of being a loser in the context of our modern consumerist and capitalist societies. Here the term is often tied to the pursuit of external achievements, particularly wealth and fame. People have created a standard checklist for a successful life, a lucrative job, an attractive partner, the ideal family, and perhaps a house with a white picket fence. For some, it extends to having a massive social media following and a vibrant social circle, symbols of popularity and desirability. But what happens if you don't tick these boxes? Society might label you a loser. But here's a thought to ponder inspired by the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, a great Stoic thinker, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the context of our discussion, this could mean listening to our inner values and understanding, twice as much as we adhere to societal expectations. It's about redefining success on our own terms, not as a universal checklist but as a personal journey. Remember, being a loser in the eyes of society might just mean you're courageously marching to the beat of your own drum, embracing your unique path in life. So, let's challenge these labels and redefine what it means to be successful, competent, and ultimately fulfilled. Offer 2. Focus on what is within control. In the pursuit of what's generally desired, many find themselves labeled as failures, unable to grasp the elusive success that society dangles before them. This notion of failure is a double-edged sword, not only signifying a lack of achievement in the ease of others, but also subjecting one to ridicule. Yet, we must pause and ponder, is the attainment of these societal benchmarks truly what we should aspire to? And is the scorn for not achieving them genuinely meritorious of our concern? This is where the wisdom of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, becomes particularly enlightening. Epictetus challenges us to question our desires. Why do we yearn for material wealth, social media fame, or other external validations? These things, appealing as they may seem, promise happiness, a promise that is often fleeting. We envision a life where admiration and luxury are abundant, where our social media profiles are flooded with likes and comments symbolizing our worth and success. Yet, this perceived happiness is transient. Even if we attain such a life, the novelty soon wears off, returning us to our original state of contentment, but now with a higher cost of maintenance. Epictetus regarded these external possessions as trivial, viewing them as weak, enslaving, and crucially, outside our realm of control. Consider the words of another Stoic philosopher, Seneca. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This quote aptly encapsulates the essence of Epictetus's teachings. Our pursuit of external validation and fear of ridicule are often magnified in our minds, causing unnecessary distress. In modern life, where the pressure to conform to societal standards of success is immense, Epictetus's philosophy offers a refreshing counter-narrative. It encourages us to focus on what is within our control, our actions, our responses, and our values. By doing so, we can find true contentment and resilience, unswayed by external judgments or fleeting pleasures. This Stoic approach is not about embracing defeat, but about redefining what it means to be successful on our own terms, grounded in virtue and inner strength. It's a reminder that sometimes, being a loser in the eyes of the world can be a victory in the journey of self-mastery and inner peace. 3. The cost of pursuing external goals. In chasing things like wealth and fame, we pursue the unreliable, as we chase what can be taken away in a heartbeat. That's what chasing these fleeting desires is like. And the price? It's steep. People often pay it, sacrificing so much in the process. Take, for instance, someone aiming to triumph at the Olympic Games, a goal that still commands immense respect today. But let's pause and think about the sacrifices involved. Epictetus paints a vivid picture. You must conform to rules, submit to a diet, refrain from dainties, exercise your body, whether you choose it or not, at a stated hour, in heat and cold. You must drink no cold water, nor sometimes even wine. In a word, you must give yourself up to your master as to a physician. Imagine that, giving up your freedom, your choices, all for a fleeting moment of glory. And even then, in the heat of competition, you might find yourself face down in the dirt, injured, defeated, and all your efforts gone in vain. So, we must ask ourselves, is it truly worth it? Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, questions the wisdom of enduring such hardships for mere a clacking of tongues, the fickle praise of the public. Epictetus warns us, these things are not consistent. The adulation we seek can turn into scorn in a heartbeat. As Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This is a call to reflect on our pursuits and question whether the sacrifices we make for external validation are truly in line with a life of meaning and inner peace. Remember, the most valuable victories are often those won within ourselves. Therefore, inner qualities versus external achievements. In the profound teachings of Epictetus, we find a striking emphasis on the value of inner qualities over external achievements. He teaches us that the pursuit of contentment, joy, right action, tranquility, and the power of restraint is far more worthy than chasing external validations. This distinction is crucial in understanding the Stoic philosophy. Epictetus urges us to recognize the difference between the essence of things and the perceptions we form in our minds. Take, for instance, his perspective on familial relationships. He points out that while we may view our loved ones as unique and irreplaceable, at their core, they are human beings just like everyone else. It's our perception that elevates them in our eyes, not their inherent qualities. This insight extends to all external pursuits. What makes an object desirable? Is it the object itself, or is it our perception of it? Often we are like sheep, desiring what others desire and shunning what they disregard, including the notion of being a loser. Epictetus's wisdom resonates deeply in our modern lives, where external achievements often overshadow inner growth. In a world that celebrates winners and shuns losers, Epictetus offers a refreshing perspective. He reminds us that being a loser, in the eyes of society, if it means staying true to our inner values, is not a defeat but a victory of character. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." This quote aligns perfectly with Epictetus's teachings, encouraging us to find strength in our values rather than societal validation. In essence, Epictetus's philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control: our reactions, our values, and our actions. By doing so, we can navigate life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, embodying the true essence of Stoicism. This approach is not just philosophical but practical, offering guidance in our daily lives. It encourages us to reevaluate our priorities, focus on personal growth, and embrace the freedom that comes from detaching ourselves from external validations. 5. Perception versus reality. Imagine this: society often chases after certain ideals: wealth, popularity, success. But is it always right to follow the crowd? Epictetus challenges us to consider happiness and freedom as our ultimate goals, even if it means going against the grain. Picture yourself living a simple life, meeting just your basic needs, without the frills of an exciting social life, a romantic partner, a bustling social media presence, or a high-profile job. In such a scenario, you might be labeled a loser by societal standards, but ask yourself, is being a loser really a misfortune? Or is it just a label imposed by others? This fear of being seen as less is often an ego-driven narrative we tell ourselves. Epictetus, with his razor-sharp logic, cuts through this illusion. He says, and I quote, "These reasonings are unconnected. I am richer than you, therefore I am better. I am more eloquent than you, therefore I am better. The connection is rather this: I am richer than you, therefore my property is greater than yours. I am more eloquent than you, therefore my style is better than yours. But you, after all, are neither property nor style." End quote. What he's getting at is that our external circumstances don't define our true worth or inner well-being. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." He tells us about a man who, fearing poverty, gives up his wealth voluntarily to experience it firsthand. This man discovers that the reality of poverty wasn't as terrible as his fear of it. This story aligns perfectly with Epictetus's teachings, showing us that our fears and societal labels often hold less power than we think. In conclusion, don't let society's labels and perceptions dictate your path. Focus on what truly matters: your inner happiness and freedom. Remember, it's not the external accolades that define you, but your inner resilience and peace. So, embrace your journey, even if it means being a loser in the eyes of the world, because in the realm of Stoicism, that might just be your biggest win. 6. The freedom in being a loser. Often we place immense value on external validation, such as public praise, reputation, and the opinions of others. However, these are fleeting, unreliable, and frankly not within our control. Epictetus, a sage of Stoicism, teaches us to view these societal measures for what they truly are: mere opinions, often based on delusion and false appearances. Imagine if we started seeing these external validations as they are, not as absolute truths, but as changeable and unreliable opinions. This shift in perspective can free us from the chains of societal expectations. It's not the state of being a loser that impacts our happiness and freedom. Rather, it's our relentless pursuit to avoid this label that does. Remember, as Epictetus profoundly said, "Let death and exile, and all other things which appear terrible, be daily before your eyes, but death chiefly, and you will never entertain any abject thought, nor too eagerly covet anything. This powerful quote reminds us of the impermanence of life and the futility of clinging to external validations. In life, every path comes with its own price. The critical question we must ask ourselves is, what price are we willing to pay? Are we ready to sacrifice our inner peace and freedom just to avoid being seen as less by others? Epictetus presents us with a stark choice: to live as a philosopher in tune with the wisdom of Stoicism, or to be one of the vulgar, swayed by every wind of societal opinion. As you listen, ponder this choice. Reflect on the freedom that comes with being indifferent to societal judgments, and the peace that follows when we align our lives with the enduring wisdom of Stoicism. Remember, in the grand tapestry of life, being a loser in the eyes of society might just be the winning ticket to personal freedom and happiness. Verse 7. The price of philosophical living. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher who posits that true fulfillment lies not in external accolades, but in the serenity of one's inner world. Epictetus boldly declares that the pursuit of what society deems valuable, wealth, status, and external pleasures, often comes at the expense of our most precious assets: freedom, health, and inner peace. This societal rat race, epitomized by the relentless effort to keep up with the Joneses, is contrasted with the life of a philosopher. The philosopher, in Epictetus's view, willingly embraces a life that may appear simplistic and devoid of external pleasures, a lifestyle that might be perceived by many as that of a loser. Yet this apparent loss is in fact a profound gain in the Stoic sense. As Epictetus asserts, if you want to improve, reject such reasonings as these: if I neglect my affairs, I'll have no income. If I don't correct my servant, he will be bad. For it is better to die with hunger, exempt from grief and fear, than to live in affluence with perturbation, and it is better your servant should be bad than you unhappy. This philosophy extends to the concept of being unconquerable. To achieve this state, one must be prepared to lose everything, recognizing that any external attachment can control our mental state. This path is undoubtedly challenging, filled with obstacles, minimal external rewards, and often accompanied by derision and minimal recognition. Epictetus encapsulates this journey, stating, "You'll have to forego your ease, work hard, leave people behind, be despised by menials, be laughed at, and get crumbs at best when it comes to recognition and position in all affairs." In modern life, where the pursuit of material success and societal validation is often paramount, this Stoic perspective offers a radical yet liberating alternative. It invites us to weigh the costs and benefits, the price of philosophical living versus the price of societal conformity. Epictetus's teachings challenge us to consider whether we are willing to pay the price for true peace, freedom, and tranquility. If not, he advises, we should steer clear of the philosophical path. This Stoic wisdom resonates deeply in our contemporary world, serving as a reminder that sometimes being a loser in the eyes of society might just be the key to winning in the realm of personal fulfillment and inner peace. 8. The irony of being a loser. Others mock you, perhaps even scorn you. On the surface, it's a grim picture, isn't it? Being seen as a loser seems like a position of weakness, a cause for pity. But let's flip the script and consider the unexpected perks of this label. When you're deemed a loser, you're not bound by the expectations and rules of others. You save the energy that you would have otherwise poured into chasing what Epictetus termed lesser things, just to be deemed adequate by society. In essence, the so-called loser gains by not paying the price of conforming. Ironically, this can be a winning strategy. Epictetus, a sage of Stoicism, teaches us a vital lesson here. He urges us to discern what truly matters and to steadfastly commit to it, undistracted by the allure of praise, wealth, power, or social status. He famously said, "Don't wish to be a general, or a senator, or a consul, but to be free. And the only way to this is a contempt of things not in our own control." This wisdom echoes through the ages, reminding us that true freedom lies in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Consider Seneca, who faced immense pressure and peril in the court of Nero. Despite his precarious position, Seneca remained true to his Stoic principles, focusing on his own moral integrity rather than the whims of a tyrant. His story teaches us that even in the face of adversity, maintaining our values and inner freedom is paramount. So, dear listener, as we wrap up this segment, remember this: being seen as a loser in the eyes of the world can be your hidden strength. It's an opportunity to break free from societal chains and focus on what truly matters: your own values and integrity. Embrace this perspective, and you might just find that in the grand scheme of things, you're winning at the game of life. Truth be told, almost everyone always hopes and wants to be the winner. The taste of defeat, to be honest, is not at all pleasant. From a young age, many children, sometimes unintentionally, sometimes deliberately, are taught by adults about competition. Going to school also becomes a competition. Everyone wants their child to be better than others. The rivalry is endless. For many people, every day is a battle. There are plenty of books teaching how to be a winner, but who teaches us how to be a loser? No, nobody teaches us how to be a loser. It's as if losing is a default program for those who fall behind in competitions, and it is something no one can bear. But what remains of sibling affection if brothers and sisters compete against each other? What warmth is left in a marriage if spouses are in constant competition? What remains of friendship if friends are always competing, leading to loneliness and estrangement? Even competing with oneself, comparing who you were yesterday with who you are today, can lead to a tomorrow filled with nothing but anxiety and low self-esteem. Why does no one teach us how to be a loser with our siblings, with our spouse, with our friends, and even with ourselves? Is it shameful to lose to them? Learning to be a loser is a way to learn serenity and contentment. It requires a lot of tolerance, to let go of the desire to always win, to be more sincere. Surely some would say, if life has no struggles, how can we improve? Struggle is also a way to survive. Without struggle, one would forever be left behind. That's true. So we keep struggling, keep competing. Competition becomes a way of life. In every struggle, there are leaders and followers, winners and losers, first and second places. Until when? Who will always win without ever losing? That's why we must learn to be a loser before learning how to win. Learning to be a loser starts with one's own family, spouse, friends, and oneself. Then learning to accept defeat in life's competitions. I believe those who haven't learned how to lose and accept defeat will never truly understand victory nor the meaning of winning. Learning to be a loser is to understand tolerance, the significance of others in our hearts. Accepting defeat from family members is the victory of family values. Accepting defeat from a spouse is the victory of a marriage. Accepting defeat from friends is the victory of friendship. Often victory and defeat are not determined in a single battle. Sometimes it takes an entire war to determine who is superior. So, don't let your ego become a barrier. Don't let pride blind you. Just go with the flow of your heart, and with a clear destination, you will never lose your way. 7 Essential Life Rules that very few people fully understand. These rules, though harsh, will undoubtedly serve as a compass, guiding you to success in both your career and life. Each person lives by different rules. However, fundamentally, the most talented and successful people always have common foundational principles for their actions. However, most of us often feel uncomfortable with these rules and seldom choose to learn or understand them. Instead, we opt to repeat the same actions every day, yet we still always hope to make a difference. This is truly an unrealistic expectation, because if you want to create something special, to achieve what no one else has, you need to be bold and dare to do new things that no one else does. The first step is to fully understand the following 7 simple yet precise rules. 1. Life is a race, but there is no specific definition of victory. This may sound unbelievable, but it's true. We are all players trying to find our own way and win the complex game of life. We are also competing for similar goals like money, status, recognition, or the best outcome. People dress up to impress the ones they love, go to interviews to land the job they desire. Real competition exists in this life, and if you don't acknowledge it, you will only be a loser. Everything we need lies within the realm of competition, and the best things will go to those who are truly willing to fight for them, says Oliver Emberton, founder of Silktide, who is also a writer, pianist, programmer, and artist. In fact, the biggest opponent you should compete against is yourself, which helps you become a better version of yourself. This is also the healthiest competition, where you can win without anyone losing. Therefore, set limits for yourself, then focus your competitive energy to achieve your own standards and expectations. And always remember that you must be proactive and steer your own path to success. Number 2. People judge and reward you based on results, not the process. A harsh truth of life is that what you think is less important than what you do. People don't criticize you for your thoughts, but they judge you based on your actions and the risks you dare to face. You write a book but don't publish it, no one cares. But when you release it, many want to know your story. Cancer researchers are less admired and celebrated than supermodels. A salesperson is judged based on their customer numbers. If you freelance, your income depends on the number of clients you have, and if you do online business, you need as many views as possible. Reading this, do you find it true? Just pay a little attention, and you can find countless similar examples, and then you will realize that life is indeed a game of numbers like that. Most people will judge you based on the outcome, not caring much about how hard you tried or struggled. Number 3. Winners possess a variety of skills. Life is about continuously acquiring and accumulating skills. Many skills you learn today may not be necessary tomorrow, but they will surely be useful in the future. Moreover, what helped you reach your current position might not take you to the next level you desire. Therefore, instead of mastering just one skill, you should grasp various skills. Be willing to learn new skills that seem unrelated, then combine them to enhance your capabilities and personal value. Tim Herrera of the New York Times shares, the core idea here is, instead of focusing your effort on becoming the best at a specific skill, you should strive to master multiple related skills that can be combined to form a larger skill set. This is what will make you exceptional in work and life. Number 4. Life is a long game, and your choices and decisions determine how far you go. We all typically leave this world after about 29,000 days or 80 years, and your daily choices determine your ultimate destination, whether it's happiness, health, fulfillment, or misery and poverty. If you apply the right rules at each stage of life, you might go a bit further. That's why your life strategy is so important. Number 5. Your happiness depends on you. The truth is that your happiness largely depends on your attitude rather than external things or circumstances. External things can help you live better, but they are certainly not the means to reach the destination of happiness. Therefore, if you expect others to make you happy, you will only end up disappointed. Instead of seeking joy from a person, an event, or an external factor, you should consider relationships or work as tools to create joy for yourself. At the same time, focus on ways you can spread joy to others. Number 6. If you are waiting for others to help you enjoy life, you are on the wrong path. Just sitting and hoping will not bring a fulfilling life to you. Therefore, do not wait for anyone or anything else, but try to find and enjoy the small and simple joys you discover. These seemingly simple and small things are often the most extraordinary, and sometimes they help you manage life more easily. The way you use your time each day is also the way you live your life. The habit of finding joy in small things can change your life, and that is the true joy. 7. Life is not a sprint or a marathon, it is a maze that requires reason and perseverance to escape from. You should not treat life as a sprint, nor think that you can put all your effort at one point in time and then quickly reach the final goal. Because in reality, life does not have any signs or directions, and there are no straight paths to the goal. Life is simply a maze of uncertain choices, challenges, and problems. This maze is influenced by many external factors, both good and bad. Once we step into this maze of life, no matter who we are, we will surely get lost and be hindered at times. However, whether we know when to stop and reconsider, then find the right path or not, will differentiate the winners from the losers. We only have two ways to improve our lives. One is to move forward when possible, and two is to pause to reconsider our decisions and try a new direction. The biggest mistake many people make is staying in one place for too long. They encounter obstacles but choose to give up, even to the point of suicide, instead of thinking carefully about everything. They do not realize that there is always light at the end of the tunnel to get us out of trouble. It's just that we haven't found it or refused to look for it. As we come to the end of this insightful journey through the philosophy of Epictetus and the concept of embracing the role of a loser, it's important to reflect on the profound lessons we've explored. We've delved into the Stoic perspective, challenging societal norms and redefining what it means to succeed and fail in life. We've learned that true victory often lies in what the world may perceive as defeat, and that inner peace and contentment are far more valuable than external accolades and approval. Now I invite you, our valued viewers, to pause and ponder these teachings. Ask yourself, what does success truly mean to you? Are you willing to embrace the freedom that comes from stepping away from societal expectations and focusing on your inner values and virtues? Remember, it's not about winning or losing in the eyes of the world, but about finding your own path to happiness and fulfillment. If you found value in this video, if it has sparked a new perspective or inspired you to think differently, I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue to bring you thought-provoking content. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll continue to explore life-changing philosophies and ideas. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, in the grand scheme of life, being a loser in the eyes of society might just be your greatest victory. Embrace your path, stay true to your values, and let's continue to grow and learn together. Until next time, keep pondering, keep questioning, and keep striving for a life of meaning and fulfillment. Welcome to Stoic In Your Life, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today we embark on a thought-provoking journey, guided by the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who once said, "True friendship is a plant of slow growth." But what happens when the seeds of friendship sprout thorns instead of blossoms? In our lives, we cross paths with countless individuals, but only a handful become our close friends. Research indicates that out of the myriad of people we meet, we form merely 5 deep, meaningful friendships. This fact is astonishing, especially when reflecting on the saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with." This highlights the immense impact our closest friends have on our character, decisions, and life's path. Yet not every friendship serves our growth or well-being. Some relationships, instead of nurturing us, can drain our energy and spirit. As we navigate the complex maze of social connections, it's vital to discern these negative influences. In today's episode, we'll uncover the traits of toxic friendships, identifying 7 harmful characteristics that can poison these bonds. Recognizing these signs is not just about protecting our emotional well-being, it's about investing our time and energy in relationships that truly enrich our lives. Join us as we learning to recognize and deal with toxic friendships. This journey is more than a lesson in social dynamics. It's a crucial step towards cultivating a circle of friends who genuinely support, encourage, and elevate us. Let's begin this exploration together, applying the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to our modern social lives. 1. The gossip monger. Have you ever felt the sharp pain of betrayal like a delicate glass shattered by careless hands? This is often the work of the gossip monger, a so-called friend, who, instead of guarding your secrets, scatters them like leaves in the wind. They find a twisted pleasure in wielding the power of secrets, often disguised as harmless sharing, just between us. But beware, their whispers travel far, undermining the very foundation of trust that true friendship is built upon. Spotting a gossip monger isn't always straightforward. They're usually the ones stirring the pot, subtly weaving in private details that were never meant for public ears. The key to dealing with them? Be mindful of what you share and confront their behavior calmly, hoping to spark a realization of the harm they cause. In stark contrast, a genuine friend is akin to a secure vault, valuing and safeguarding your confidences. They understand the preciousness of trust and would never exchange your secrets for fleeting social gains. Their reaction to your personal stories is one of empathy and discretion, not broadcasting. The emotional damage a gossip monger can inflict varies from feelings of betrayal to a deep sense of violation. Realizing that someone close has been recklessly spreading your personal tales can instigate a profound distrust, not just towards them, but in forming new friendships. When dealing with such a person, it's wise to broaden your social circle. Having a diverse group of friends lessens the blow of one individual's betrayal. Aim to surround yourself with people who honor and respect your private life. True friendship should be a sanctuary, not a platform for gossip. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." In the context of friendship, this reminds us to cherish the trust placed in us by others, to listen more and speak less, especially when it comes to matters of confidence. True friendship, much like Stoicism, is about integrity, discretion, and the respectful handling of the trust others place in us. 2. The manipulator. In the intricate tapestry of our social lives, we often encounter a character as cunning as they are detrimental, the manipulator. This individual, akin to a master puppeteer, doesn't rely on words to weave their web, but instead uses the subtle threads of emotional influence. Imagine yourself in a perpetual state of imbalance, akin to a tightrope walker precariously balancing on the rope of their expectations. They skillfully employ guilt, obligation, and at times flattery to navigate your decisions and actions, leaving you feeling like a mere character in their carefully orchestrated play. The true essence of the manipulator reveals itself when your desires collide with theirs. You might find yourself yielding to their demands not because you agree, but due to the overwhelming emotional pressure they exert. This can range from nuanced insinuations to blatant emotional blackmail. The antidote to this manipulation lies in recognizing these patterns and honing assertive communication skills. Engaging in assertiveness training or practicing scenarios with a trusted friend or therapist can be crucial in equipping you to hold your ground. Contrasting sharply with the manipulator is the archetype of a true friend, who engages in a harmonious dance of mutual respect and understanding. Such a friend offers advice and support without hidden agendas, cherishing your independence as much as their own. Their interactions are rooted in equality and mutual respect, where decisions are made through understanding, not manipulation. Dealing with a manipulator can be a mentally taxing journey, often leading you to question your own feelings and decisions. This emotional strain underscores the importance of a robust support network. Gaining perspectives from friends outside the situation can offer a vital reality check. Extricating yourself from a manipulative friendship is not just about confrontation or creating distance, but also about redefining what you seek in friendships. It's a quest for connections that are empowering and liberating, rather than confining and controlling. The transition from being manipulated to achieving autonomy is a journey towards discovering your own voice and reclaiming your power in relationships. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This wisdom resonates profoundly in our interactions, reminding us to be vigilant listeners, discerning the true intentions behind words and actions. In the modern hustle of life, where relationships can be as complex as they are rewarding, this piece of Stoic advice serves as a beacon, guiding us towards genuine, empowering connections and away from those that seek to undermine our autonomy and well-being. 3. The fair weather friend. A friend who's like a chameleon, their loyalty shifting as quickly as the weather. They're your sunshine companion, basking in the glow of your successes but vanishing during your struggles. This type of friend is hard to spot in good times, as they blend into your circle, mirroring your joy. But their absence becomes starkly evident in your times of need, disappearing like mist under the morning sun. The realization that their friendship is conditional can evoke feelings of betrayal and abandonment. It's a stark reminder to cherish those who stand by you in both good times and bad. True friends are those unwavering souls who walk with you through every season of life, understanding that friendship is about sharing both laughter and tears. Seneca, a renowned Stoic, once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This resonates deeply when we think about fair weather friends. Just as a gem is shaped and refined through friction, our understanding of friendship is often honed through the challenges of discerning true friends from fair weather ones. So how do we navigate this? It's about developing an awareness of who sticks around when the going gets tough. Invest in relationships where support is mutual and consistent. Seek out those who value the depth and breadth of friendship, understanding that true friendship endures all seasons of life. To conclude, remember that the journey of life is not just about the destinations we reach, but also about the companions we choose to walk with. As you continue on your path, choose those who are willing to share not only your sunshine but also your storms. This is the essence of a true, enduring friendship. 4. The emotional gaslighter. While a manipulator might play on your feelings of guilt and obligation, the emotional gaslighter is more like a cunning architect, skillfully reconstructing your reality to fit their own narrative. They don't just influence your decisions overtly. Rather, they subtly erode your trust in your own perceptions and memories, leading you into a bewildering maze of self-doubt and confusion. To spot an emotional gaslighter, pay attention to those moments when your experiences are systematically dismissed or questioned. They might counter your memories with their own versions of events or trivialize your emotions, labeling them as overreactions. This is in stark contrast to a genuine friend who offers a reality check that strengthens, rather than undermines, your sense of self. Enduring this kind of psychological manipulation can leave profound and lasting scars, often making you feel disoriented and uncertain of your own mind. The gaslighter's influence is insidious and pervasive, unlike the more direct conflicts you might face with a manipulator. It's a challenge that's hard to identify and even harder to overcome. To combat this, grounding yourself in your own truth is vital. Keeping a personal journal can be an invaluable tool in affirming your experiences. Seeking support from trusted friends or professionals can also be crucial in rebuilding the trust in your instincts that the gaslighter has worn away. Breaking free from the clutches of an emotional gaslighter is more than just about confrontation or creating distance. It's a journey back to embracing and affirming your own reality. It involves surrounding yourself with people who respect and validate your experiences, thereby reinforcing your trust in your own perceptions. This is a crucial step in your journey towards psychological well-being. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. In the context of dealing with gaslighters, this reminds us to listen to our inner voice and trust our own experiences, even when others try to drown them out. Remember, in the journey of life, it's essential to choose companions who uplift and support your truth, for they are the ones who truly enrich your path. 5. The purveyors of negativity or toxicity. In the human relationships, we often cross paths with individuals who cast a shadow far more overt and pervasive than the subtle manipulations of an emotional gaslighter. These purveyors of negativity or toxicity are akin to a storm cloud in a serene sky, their presence marked by a relentless downpour of pessimism, drama, or unyielding criticism. Unlike the gaslighter, whose craft lies in warping your perception. These individuals impose their bleak outlook directly onto your experiences, leaving little room for light. Identifying these friends is typically more straightforward than unmasking a gaslighter. They are the ones whose conversations are consistently marinated in complaints, criticisms, or an endless saga of drama. Their negativity is like a contagion, leaving you emotionally drained, a stark contrast to the uplifting and encouraging nature of true friendship. These individuals seem to find solace in dragging others into their vortex of gloom, thriving in the chaos they create. The emotional cost of maintaining ties with such individuals is substantial. Regular exposure to their negativity can seed feelings of hopelessness, anxiety, and even depression, overshadowing the joy, support, and comfort that genuine friendships offer. It's essential to recognize that you are not the custodian of their issues. Instead, focus on nurturing relationships that infuse positivity and growth into your life. Sometimes this might necessitate the tough decision to distance yourself from these friendships, especially if their toxicity becomes a threat to your well-being. In the modern world, where our social circles significantly influence our mental health, surrounding ourselves with positivity is not merely a preference, but a necessity. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This wisdom resonates profoundly in our quest for fulfilling relationships. Cultivating friendships that are wellsprings of joy, inspiration, and mutual growth is crucial for a healthy and satisfying social life. In doing so, we not only protect our mental health, but also align our social experiences with the serene and resilient spirit of Stoicism, embracing the present with a heart full of joy and a mind free from the shadows of negativity. 6. The unwarranted competitor. In our journey through life, we often cross paths with a variety of friends, some of whom bring light, and others, shadows. Today, let's talk about a particularly shadowy figure, the unwarranted competitor. Picture this: a friend who seems like an ally, yet beneath their smile lies a burning desire to outshine you at every turn. Unlike the emotional gaslighter, whose aim is to skew your reality, this friend's goal is to assert their superiority, turning your achievements into their battleground. Imagine sharing your success only to have it overshadowed by their relentless need to do better, to be better. This isn't the mark of a true friend, who would celebrate your victories without a hint of jealousy. Instead, you're left feeling inadequate, as if you're in a constant race. Healthy friendships should be about shared joys, not endless competition. Dealing with such friends requires tact. It's vital to express how their behavior impacts you and to set boundaries for mutual respect. If the competitive spirit doesn't wane, it might be time to rethink the friendship. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, not those who see your successes as a threat to their ego. Consider the story of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, who taught that external events are beyond our control, but we can control our responses. He would likely advise us to focus on our own path, not to be swayed or diminished by others' competitive urges. In the face of rivalry, remember Epictetus's words: "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." In conclusion, cherish friendships that bring light and growth, not those that cast shadows of rivalry and inadequacy. Let's strive to be the kind of friend who celebrates others' successes, embodying the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control, our actions and responses. Remember, true friendship is about lifting each other up, not engaging in a relentless race for superiority. 7. The boundary invader. This person stands apart from the overtly competitive or manipulative friends in our lives. They are marked by a blatant disregard for our personal space and emotional boundaries, pushing us into uncomfortable situations without a second thought for our feelings. This isn't just a minor overstep. It's a consistent and deliberate intrusion into our personal lives. To identify a boundary invader, watch for a pattern of disrespect towards your clearly stated limits. They might bring up topics you find uncomfortable or impose on your personal time uninvited. Their actions, which might seem thoughtless at first, actually point to a deeper indifference towards your independence and comfort. True friends respect and understand your boundaries, but boundary invaders see them as mere hurdles to be overcome. Dealing with them requires a firm and ongoing defense of your personal space. This might mean being more direct in your communication, openly expressing your discomfort and setting clear consequences for overstepping your boundaries. Unlike handling a gaslighter, where subtlety and seeking external validation might be necessary, dealing with a boundary invader often requires straightforward and clear conversations about respecting your personal limits. The emotional toll of having your boundaries repeatedly ignored can lead to frustration and a deep sense of violation. It's not just about discomfort and isolated incidents, it's about the overall impact on your sense of self and independence. Thus, it's crucial to surround yourself with friends who respect and honor your boundaries. If a boundary invader continues to disrespect your limits, distancing yourself from them becomes not just a choice, but a necessity for your mental health. Maintaining your boundaries is an act of self-respect and a vital step in building a circle of friends who value and respect you fully. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote underscores the importance of understanding and respecting others' boundaries, a lesson that is crucial when dealing with boundary invaders. By actively listening and respecting each other's limits, we foster healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Corsair, the lazy person. In the journey of life, especially for men between the ages of 30 and 65 who are continuously learning and growing, it's crucial to be mindful of the company we keep. Consider the archetype of the lazy person. This individual seems to drift through life with a disheartening lack of ambition, not caring for personal growth or achievement. Their indifference towards life isn't just a personal choice. It's a contagious mindset that can seep into your own perspectives, subtly undermining your drive and aspirations. As Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote reminds us that overcoming the inertia represented by such individuals is not just necessary, but can be a powerful catalyst for our own progress. In today's fast-paced world, where self-improvement and proactive living are paramount, associating with those who embody lethargy and apathy can be a significant setback. It's not about harsh judgment, but about recognizing the subtle influence of those around us. By consciously choosing to distance ourselves from the lackadaisical attitudes of the lazy, we open up more space for action, for pursuing meaningful goals, and for surrounding ourselves with people who inspire and motivate. This doesn't mean abandoning friends in need, but rather understanding the impact of prolonged exposure to demotivating attitudes on our personal growth. The advice here is clear. Prioritize relationships that encourage and mirror the kind of active, purposeful life you aspire to lead. In doing so, you not only enhance your own life's journey, but also set a positive example for others who might be struggling with their own inertia. 9. The constant disappointment. All right, let's dive into the world of toxic friendships, specifically focusing on what I like to call the constant disappointment. Imagine this. You're surrounded by people who seem oblivious to your feelings. They're the ones who don't value you, making you squirm with their thoughtless actions. It's like they have a knack for hurting you, and what's worse, they don't even show a hint of remorse. It's a tough spot to be in, isn't it? Seneca, a renowned Stoic, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This wisdom speaks volumes about our relationships. If you're constantly disappointed by someone, you're living in a cycle of hope and despair, always waiting for them to change. But here's the thing. True contentment comes from living in the present, not in the shadow of someone's neglect. So what's the lesson here? It's about recognizing the value of your own peace and happiness. If someone consistently lets you down, it might be time to re-evaluate their place in your life. It's not about holding grudges. It's about understanding your worth and seeking out those who respect and cherish you. Remember, You deserve to be around people who make you feel valued, not diminished. In conclusion, my advice to you is simple, yet profound. Cherish those who treat you well, and be wary of those who don't. Life is too short to be spent in the company of the constant disappointment. Embrace the present, value yourself, and surround yourself with positivity. That's the key to a happier, more fulfilling life. 10. The self-centered individual. Picture this: a person who believes the world revolves around them. They are the sun, and everyone else merely orbits their brilliance. Their arrogance is palpable, and their self-absorption knows no bounds. In their eyes, their needs, desires, and interests eclipse everything else. Now let's pause and reflect on a powerful quote by Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, who once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote starkly contrasts with our self-centered individual, who often forgets the art of listening. So engrossed are they in their own narrative. These individuals, my friends, are like mirages in the desert of life. They appear promising, but upon closer inspection offer no sustenance. Their reliability is a myth, as their focus remains steadfastly on their own gain. In your Stoic journey, it's crucial to recognize such personalities. They are the ones who, in a room full of voices, only hear their own echo. They are the ones who, in a sea of needs, see only their own. As Stoics, we strive for balance and harmony, understanding that the world is an interconnected web, where one's actions affect others. The self-centered individual disrupts this balance, placing their desires at the forefront, often at the expense of others. It's a path that leads to isolation and emptiness, for true fulfillment comes from understanding and supporting one another. So, as you navigate through the complexities of relationships, remember to steer clear of those who see themselves as the epicenter of existence. Instead, seek out those who understand the value of empathy, connection, and the beautiful art of listening, the true marks of a rich and fulfilling life. A trustworthy person is like a compass navigating the vast sea, providing clear direction and never losing their way. Being with such a person, one's heart will always be at peace and reassured. If you find a word that encompasses all expectations of beauty, it surely must be trustworthy. Trust and reliability are inseparable parts of any relationship. If you are wondering how to know if someone is trustworthy, consider these 3 characteristics to find the answer. 1. Trustworthy people are always serious, cautious, and principled. It's not hard to spot a trustworthy person, as you can tell by the way they speak. A trustworthy person does not speak pretentiously or boast about themselves. They know how to be humble and modest. Importantly, they never forget to encourage others' efforts and appreciate the endeavors of others, rather than belittling them. Humble people are often calm, not hasty, and rely on their abilities to improve. Therefore, you should definitely stay away from those who like to show off. Initially, they may seem competent and talented, but later, you realize they are just deceitful. Furthermore, principles are established to ensure the common interest of all involved and the healthy operation of relationships. Principled people usually know how to respect others and understand the limits of what is right and wrong. Those who work without principles often cause chaos, complexity, and uncontrollability. They might resort to any means to get what they want without hesitating to harm others. Therefore, only those who adhere to principles can be relied upon. In today's fast-paced and high-pressure life, meticulous and serious, people are becoming rare. The struggle for survival has become an excuse for many to lose themselves. However, when you think seriously, try your best, and are not superficial, others will see you as trustworthy and life will become better. 2. A trustworthy person has good character. A person must have good character as their foundation to be trusted. Ancient teachings say that morality can compensate for a lack of intelligence, but intelligence without morality is worthless. As Chairman Ho taught, talent without virtue is useless, virtue without talent makes everything difficult. Good character is seen as a life path, and only with good character can there be mutual trust between people. Moreover, A person with good character is definitely sincere and trustworthy. Therefore, to know if someone is trustworthy, and you can be at ease when associating with them, just see if their character is good. Being smart and strong is not as good as being kind. Trustworthy people will not make you wary of everything and be cautious in all matters. They understand the principle, the affairs of the world are decided by people, and the world is infinite. Being with such people will always make you feel comfortable and at ease. 3. Trustworthy people do not break promises and dare to take responsibility for their actions. To know if someone is trustworthy, just see how they deal with difficulties and hardships. Responsible people, even in adversity, will not hide and will proactively take responsibility and work hard. The spirit of responsibility is always upheld by these people. When they are responsible, they will do their best from start to finish. Responsible people are compared to mountains, always making others feel safe to rely on. Those who only complain or blame others, who do not dare to take on responsibilities when problems arise, cannot be trusted. When everything is calm, they may be happy beside you, enjoying life. But when difficulties arise, to avoid affecting their personal interests, they are ready to turn their backs and abandon others. Unlike the noble and courageous who dare to face challenges, only those who dare to take responsibility in adversity are worthy of sharing hardships. Additionally, surely each of us has been in this situation. You plan a vacation with a friend, but on the day, they say they are busy and can't go. When working with colleagues, initially they agree and promise everything, but then act as if nothing happened. Your roommate promises to go shopping with you at the weekend, but then they just sleep all day, and the plan falls through. In many cases, the most important criterion to judge whether a person is trustworthy is integrity. Occasionally, if you are enthusiastic, what others say casually, in the hearts of some people, it becomes a promise. And saying one thing and doing another is the reality for many people. There's a saying, a gentleman's word is his bond. A trustworthy person is responsible for what they have said and done in the past, cares about the feelings of others, and does not casually break promises. It is evident that the value of honesty gives you a vast network of resources and unexpected opportunities. Precisely, if you treat everyone sincerely, they will respond with sincerity. Only by doing what you say can you win people's hearts. Failing to do so only leads to disappointment. Therefore, the more trustworthy you are, the luckier you become. Warren Buffett once said, "Trust is a quality more important than intelligence." Trustworthy people may not be rich, but they have integrity. They may not be famous, but they have principles. They may not be smart, but they have a sincere heart. They know how to explain everything, take responsibility for everything, and dare to start and end well. Trustworthy, like a tree, stands firm despite the storm. Life is a vast sea, and on the path ahead, I hope everyone can meet trustworthy people to entrust their gold without regret. And you yourself will become a trustworthy person, striving to make ordinary people live extraordinary lives. In this video, we delve into a thought-provoking discussion, one that challenges the societal norms of marriage, parenthood, and the conventional paths we're often expected to tread. Dr. Jordan Peterson presents a perspective that seems to echo the age-old belief. To grow old with a partner to nurture children is the quintessential human experience. He argues, somewhat controversially, that those who deviate from this path are either deluded or immature, citing the unbroken lineage of reproduction that traces back 3.5 billion years. But is this viewpoint truly reflective of the complexities of human choice and the diverse tapestry of life? Consider the lives of historical figures like Isaac Newton, Ludwig von Beethoven, Leonardo da Vinci, and Jane Austen. These individuals, who chose not to reproduce, contributed immensely to our world. Does their choice make them deluded or immature? Or does it simply illustrate that life's journey is not a one-size-fits-all narrative? This brings to mind a poignant quote from the Stoic philosopher Seneca. "Life, if well lived, is long enough." It's a reminder that the quality of our lives is not solely defined by societal benchmarks like marriage or parenthood. I'm not here to argue against the joys of family life or the bonds of marriage. Rather, I'm advocating for a deeper understanding and respect for individual choices. It's about questioning the should-haves, should-bes, and should-dos that often stem from questionable arguments and societal pressures. It's about recognizing that authority figures, no matter how well-intentioned, do not hold the definitive blueprint for everyone's life. So what happens when we step off the beaten path? When we embrace a life that may not include marriage, children, or other societal expectations? This exploration isn't just about challenging norms, it's about understanding the essence of our existence and the freedom to choose our paths. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." In context, it's about being true to oneself, rather than conforming to external expectations. Let's embark on this journey of exploration, understanding the nature of social norms and the beauty of living life on our own terms. 1. Social norms, those unwritten rules that govern our behaviors, are like an invisible software installed in our minds by society. They shape our actions and decisions, often without us even realizing it. These norms dictate a wide range of behaviors, from basic manners like not slapping strangers and expressing gratitude for gifts, to more significant life choices such as the expectation to marry and have children. These societal expectations are deeply ingrained in our cultures and influence what we believe we should have, be, and do. However, adherence to these norms is not always a path to fulfillment or happiness. When someone deviates from these societal expectations, they are often viewed as an outsider or even a threat. But is conforming to these norms always the best course of action? Consider the expectation of having children. While procreation is a natural process, the choice to have or not have children is also natural and should be respected as such. Despite changing times, the pressure to follow a traditional path, find a partner, get married, and have children remains strong in many societies. This pressure varies across different cultures and religious groups. For instance, marriage rates in the Netherlands are lower compared to a country like Indonesia. Similarly, atheists may marry less frequently than Muslims. Yet, the norm of having children persists as a widely accepted and expected life milestone. In the midst of these societal pressures, it's essential to remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote reminds us of the importance of listening to our inner voice and understanding our true desires, rather than simply following societal norms. In today's fast-paced world where individuality and personal happiness are increasingly valued, it's important to question and reflect on these societal norms. Are they in line with your personal values and desires? Do they contribute to your sense of fulfillment and happiness? If not, it might be time to consider a path less traveled, one that aligns more closely with your personal beliefs and life goals. While societal norms can guide us, they should not dictate our life choices. Each individual must evaluate these norms in the context of their own life and decide what is truly best for them. It's about finding a balance between societal expectations and personal happiness, and sometimes that means walking away from marriage, children, and other supposed life milestones. Remember, the path to fulfillment is not one size fits all. It's as unique as each individual who walks it. 2. Or in the aftermath of the Second World War, a time when the world was rebuilding and reshaping itself, the societal norms and expectations around family life were starkly different from what we might encounter today. This period, marked by the experiences of my grandparents, serves as a poignant backdrop to explore the complex and often personal decision of whether to have children. During this era, the concept of family was deeply intertwined with societal and religious expectations. It was a time when the local pastor, akin to a moral compass of the community, would make annual visits to families, inquiring about the arrival of new children. This practice, reminiscent of the influence of figures like Jordan Peterson in more recent times, was not just a mere check-in, but carried with it a subtle, yet powerful form of persuasion. My grandmother, a devout Christian, found herself particularly susceptible to this societal pressure. The notion of being labeled a bad Christian if she chose not to have children was a formidable deterrent, leading her to eventually embrace motherhood on a grand scale, giving birth to 11 children. This decision, influenced by the societal norms of her time, resulted in a large family tree, including myself. But the question arises, is having children inherently superior to choosing a child-free life? To explore this, let's consider the story of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor. Aurelius, despite his immense responsibilities and the philosophical leanings that might have inclined him towards a simpler life, embraced fatherhood. His choice to have children, however, was not a blind following of societal norms, but a considered decision that aligned with his personal values and the duties he perceived as important. This historical perspective leads us to a broader understanding of the choices we face in modern times. In today's fast-paced, often individualistic society, the decision to walk away from traditional paths such as marriage and parenthood is not only more accepted but also celebrated as an expression of personal freedom and self-discovery. The societal shift from the post-war era to the present day reflects a growing recognition of the diversity in personal choices and lifestyles. However, this evolution in societal norms does not necessarily make the decision any easier. Each path, whether it involves having children, pursuing a career, or dedicating oneself to a cause, comes with its own set of challenges and rewards. The key lies in understanding that there is no one-size-fits-all answer. What matters most is the alignment of one's choices with their personal values and beliefs, a core tenet of Stoic philosophy. The journey of life is not about conforming to prescribed societal roles, but about finding one's own path, guided by personal values and a deep understanding of oneself. Whether one chooses to have children, pursue a career, or follow a different path altogether, the most important lesson is to make these decisions consciously and authentically. As we navigate through the complexities of modern life, let us remember the wisdom of the Stoics. That true fulfillment comes from living in accordance with our nature and values, regardless of societal expectations. This lesson, timeless in its relevance, offers a beacon of guidance for anyone seeking to improve their life and find genuine contentment in their choices. Third, in the aftermath of the war, when the world was focused on rebuilding and expanding the population, having a large family was seen as a commendable achievement. 11 children, for instance, were not just a symbol of prosperity, but also a practical asset. This was a time when economic considerations were paramount. More children meant more hands to contribute to the family's income. Reflecting on my own family history, my grandparents, driven by necessity, sent my uncles to work in factories at a tender age. While such practices have thankfully become obsolete in the West, the underlying functionality of having children persists in a different form. Today, it's less about economic contribution and more about emotional support and companionship. This shift is evident in the common warnings we hear. You'll end up alone and miserable, or what will you do when you're 60 with no children to visit you? These statements reflect a deep-seated belief in the benefits of having children. They are expected to take care of us, keep us company, and perpetuate family traditions. But let's pause and consider this from a Stoic perspective. Stoicism teaches us to question societal norms and expectations, urging us to find contentment and purpose within ourselves rather than in external circumstances. As Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself and your way of thinking." This wisdom challenges the conventional narrative that fulfillment comes from following a prescribed life path, such as marriage and parenthood. Imagine a life where you're not bound by these societal expectations, a life where your worth isn't measured by your marital status or by the number of children you have. Instead, you find joy and purpose in your personal growth, in your contributions to society, and in the connections you forge with those around you. This is the essence of Stoicism, finding strength and serenity within oneself, regardless of external circumstances. In this journey of life, it's crucial to remember that happiness and fulfillment are not one-size-fits-all. What brings joy to one person may not necessarily bring joy to another. The Stoics believed in embracing our individual paths, in being true to ourselves, and in finding contentment in our choices, irrespective of societal norms. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, aptly put it, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. This means that understanding and pursuing our own unique life goals is more important than adhering to societal expectations. While the traditional view of family and children as a source of economic and emotional support has its roots in history, it's essential to question whether these norms align with our personal values and aspirations. As Stoics, we are encouraged to find our own path, to seek happiness within, and to live a life that is true to ourselves. Remember, it's not about walking away from marriage, children, or societal expectations. It's about walking towards a life that resonates with your innermost beliefs and values. But what about the downsides? One downside people don't like talking about is the suffering that comes with bringing people into existence. Epictetus once remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective invites us to scrutinize the unspoken contract of existence that our children are thrust into, without their consent. Consider the child, an unwitting participant in life's grand scheme, who inherits a world replete with challenges, including the potential for a life marred by depression and addiction. This reality poses a stark question. Are we, as parents, inadvertently prioritizing our happiness over the potential suffering of our offspring? The pursuit of parental joy, while natural, might inadvertently overlook the complex, often harsh realities our children may face. Moreover, the anticipated joys of parenthood do not always materialize as envisioned. Picture the individual at the twilight of their years, surrounded by the silence of a home that rarely echoes with the laughter of visiting children. This scenario presents a dual sorrow: the absence of children's presence, akin to those who never had them, and the poignant realization of their existence yet their absence in one's life. The philosophy of antinatalism pushes this contemplation further, positing that the act of bringing children into the world is, in itself, a conduit to inevitable suffering. From this vantage point, the ultimate act of empathy might well be the decision not to procreate, thereby shielding potential beings from the inherent pains of existence. This notion aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control, in this case, the choice to refrain from introducing another life into a world fraught with uncertainties and challenges. In our modern lives, where the pursuit of personal fulfillment often intersects with societal norms, these reflections offer a poignant reminder of the weight of our choices. They encourage a deeper introspection into the motivations and implications of our decisions, particularly those as significant as marriage and parenthood. As we navigate these choices, it's crucial to balance our desires with a mindful consideration of their broader impact, both on our lives and on those we bring into this world. In essence, this contemplation is not a directive but an invitation to ponder deeply on the profound responsibilities and potential consequences of our life choices. It's a call to align our actions with a broader understanding of their ripple effects, guided by the wisdom of both contemporary insights and timeless Stoic philosophy. In our journey through life, we often encounter societal expectations that shape our decisions, such as the perceived necessity of marriage and having children. However, it's crucial to recognize that these paths may not align with everyone's aspirations or circumstances. This concept is vividly illustrated through the story of a hypothetical grandmother who, if she had harbored dreams of being a war correspondent, would have found her ambitions incompatible with the responsibilities of raising 11 children. This example underscores the importance of acknowledging personal goals and limitations when considering parenthood. Parenthood, undeniably a profound responsibility, may not be suitable for everyone. Individuals grappling with mental health issues or addiction, for instance, might find the demands of raising children overwhelming. This perspective challenges the conventional belief that having children is invariably a fulfilling experience. It's essential